Dudes, thanks for tuning in to the Cinco Zone. Oh boy, it's finally here. All right, well, I want to make this short and sweet. The gentleman I just interviewed, I shouldn't even say interviewed, wow. Person that I had a conversation with was my buddy Will. Him and I met in 2009. We used to work at a Best Buy, and we just bonded over film. And we would go out to like different bars around downtown San Jose and just have the craziest conversations about Back to the Future and all these other films and what ifs. And if I was smart enough, I wish I could have recorded them back in the day. But our conversation that we recorded just a little bit ago was a lot of fun. I don't think he realized that we talked for almost 2 hours. He said it felt like 20 minutes, which is awesome. But yeah, we go over a lot of film. That's primarily it. A lot of film stuff. And it gets a little silly right from the get. And I hope you enjoy it.
That's what you should call this podcast.
I wanted to be called Gossip Guys. But then all of our dialogue would be really slow. We'd be like, yeah, so because isn't Gossip Girl, don't they talk really fast? Or am I thinking of Gilmore Girls?
There was so many of those shows. I'm embarrassed to even know them.
No.
Party of Five. Remember Party of Five?
Yeah, of course. Well, because that was 90s though, right?
Yeah, the golden age of television.
But wasn't Gossip Girl? Is that 90s also?
No, I think that's 2000s.
Okay. Because I remember Alicia.
I love how this is starting. We're talking about Dawson's Creek and Party of Five. And
dude, you know
it's a good start, Johnny.
No, it's great. You know what's crazy is I didn't. Dude, it's you, man. I'm letting you ramble. So I think you'd be like, "Who's this Will guy?" I don't know. Be like, I don't know, dude. I just met him on this chat thing. He wanted to talk.
That's randomly logged in and nothing.
No, but dude,
the Cinco Zone.
It's like I'm gonna get out of it. This sucks. This is the garbage sound. But dude, you know what's crazy is Alicia watched Gilmore Girls. I want to say it was Gilmore Girls, and then they brought it back out on Netflix.
Yes.
Dude, if you ever watched that show, dude, like I remember she would put it on and I would, be on my phone or something like that. And dude, the dialogue on there is nonstop. Like there's no there's no break. Nothing. There's no like dead air or anything like that. It's
like the Sopranos of teenage romantic dramas.
Wait, the Sopranos, there was no dead air? Like they were always consistent?
It was all dead air.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Dude, you know what's sad about that, dude? I ended up, this kind of happened with Breaking Bad too, but when I first watched Breaking Bad, I saw the first episode on Netflix and I was like, oh crap, dude, this is going to be a freaking crazy roller coaster. So I was like, I gotta wait for one more season to get thrown on. And I specifically remember there being like a huge gap between like the 4th season and the 5th season. I think
there was, and that's when I started watching. So they released like season 1, 2, and 3 on Netflix, and I was like you. My mindset is I do not like watching a show from the moment it starts because you have to wait a freaking year until the next season,
Yeah.
And Breaking Bad is the epitome of shows that always leaves you with a cliffhanger.
Oh,
Not
sure.
only every episode is a cliffhanger, which means that if you were watching that show from the beginning, you had to wait a week. And there's some episodes on that show, I would have killed myself to have to wait a week, let alone a year for another episode and then another season. So I did the whole wait 3 seasons in, and then I started watching. And then luckily I got to season 4 right when season 5 was about to start. So I watched the very last season, which was called 5A and 5B. I watched that like as it was going. I had to wait week to week for that, but at least I was all caught up, and it was worth it, man. That show was one of the greats.
Dude,
for sure.
You know what's crazy? And this pisses I mean, I don't know if I shouldn't say it pisses everyone off, but it's random how it happened. I remember watching the first episode, and I think they only had 2 seasons on Netflix. Maybe it was 3. I can't remember. But I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm gonna wait for a little bit because these are hour long, and I'm probably gonna gun through them all. I'm just gonna wait for one more season, and then, dude, I just never got back to it. But I remember watching that first episode. I think that was the pilot. I think, yeah, it
Hmm.
wasn't considered a pilot. Yeah, okay, but yeah, I ended up watching it, and then years pass, right? And I go and visit. I end up going to visit my brother up in Sacramento, and he's like, dude, like made like this like awesome dinner or whatever. I shouldn't say or whatever. It was really good. And then he's like, "Hey, dude, you caught up, bro?" And I'm like, "With what?" He goes, "Breaking Bad, dude. Today's the freaking season finale. This is it. This is the last episode." And I was like, "Bro, I've only seen the first episode." And dude, dude, his whole like, bro, he looked at me just with disappointment. He goes, "Oh my," he goes, "Dude, we're watching it. I'm sorry, man. Dude, we've been waiting for this." I was like, "Dude, I'll watch it with you. It's okay. It's not gonna. I'm okay to watch it." He's like, "Are you serious, dude? You're gonna watch the last episode?" And I was like, dude, honestly, dude, I'm probably gonna forget. Dude, I forgot about what happens in the last episode. So when I ended up watching it like a year or two later, and then I ended up, dude, I forgot about the last episode. I don't even remember. I really don't remember it.
Hmm.
And because it was just I wanted to ask a bunch of questions. I was like, "Who's that? What's going on?" But I just don't remember. But I always get a lot of crap for that, dude, because I watched the first episode and I watched the last episode. Dude, I did that with Sopranos too. I watched the
Yeah,
last episode of Sopranos, dude, without knowing.
dude, this is great. This leads to a great story that I'm going to tell you. That involves my girlfriend. So I like I'm a big Marvel movie person, and I
Sure.
watched all the Marvel movies as they were coming out in theaters and all of that. So when I met my girlfriend, she was like, I asked her, I was like, oh, talking about Marvel movies. She's like, I only seen like one or two. I think I seen like Black Panther and maybe the first Iron Man. And I'm like, okay. I was like, damn, but there's like 20 other movies that you could watch that are a lot of them are really good. And she's like, nah, doesn't interest me. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm
She,
not gonna argue.
she's a smart
And
woman.
then yeah, right.
She's a very smart
Well,
woman.
and she is. So what happened was one day I was watching on the Disney Plus channel, the app, they released Avengers Endgame. Like, oh, that's like one of the first movies they like released when the app came out. That's a lot of people got the app because they wanted to watch the latest Avengers movie that came out. And
Right.
so I put it on and I was just watching it by myself while she was doing something, and she would like occasionally like peek through and she's like, oh, there's Black Panther, there's Iron Man. And then she like got really into it. And the movie's 3 hours long, so she was like, kind of tuning in, tuning out, but then like she really was getting into it when like all the crazy action and all from the big crazy battle at the end, everything that was like shit hitting the fan. And then all of a sudden she got really into it. She's like, oh, okay, but she goes, I liked it, but I really didn't get what was going on. She's like, what other movie should I watch? And I'm like,
Oh yeah,
okay,
yeah, that's
all
it.
right. So
Oh
I'm like, okay.
God.
So then I did the whole, well, we got to start from the beginning, from, maybe Captain America 1, because then it
Oh
leads
yeah,
to
it's
this
great.
and then it leads to this. And she's like, no, I don't want to watch Captain America. She goes, what's this Thor movie, the last Thor movie? I'm like, Thor Ragnarok? Okay, let's watch it. So we
Uh,
were watching all the movies out of order, but it was the perfect thing to do, because to watch a movie at the end and see all the characters at their finale, and then to go back and see them at their origins, or where they're at, or where they came from. I thought that was a cool way to like start it, for
yeah.
her, instead of like boring her with like a movie that might not be good, but like sometimes you force someone to like want to, like, you got to watch them in order. You got to do this, you got to do that. It's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Like, there's there's people here, or you can look it up if you have questions on the
Yeah.
internet, or you don't have to watch every movie in order. And you watch the movies that you want to watch, that you're in the mood to watch, and if you like them, then you'll keep watching other ones. And so that so it's just funny that like I think of it, like when you were telling me about watching the like the end of the Breaking Bad, and people were giving you shit about it. I was like, I was that guy too. I was like, no, why are you doing that? You gotta watch it from the beginning and look at the origins and how it all started and this and that. It's like, it doesn't even matter, dude.
Yeah. And dude,
They're not.
I completely forgot.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like I watched that, and then like 3 or 4 years later passed, or something like that, and then I finally watched them all, and I was like, oh my God, it was crazy. Yeah, man.
So did you like it?
What's that? Breaking
Breaking
Bad?
Bad.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
dude, that's like from start to finish is like one of the best shows I've ever watched. You know, I've never really heard any complaints. There's always gonna be like, dude, no, he's still alive, and it's like, oh, okay, that's fun. To me, that's fun because it lets people's like imagination kind of run around and have them go crazy, right? Because then there's always that fun debate. It's like, well, yeah, maybe, I don't know, you know, who knows? But then El Camino came out,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed it. I thought that was nice. I thought it was kind of like a nice way to close Jesse's story. Because I mean, dude, the last scene is him just kind of taking off, right, screaming his head
Yeah.
off, and
Yeah.
and dude, and but going back to the whole imagine, you know, letting your imagination run wild, but it's like, dang, dude, like where did he go? Like what happened to
Yeah.
that guy, right?
Hmm.
So I don't know. Matrix 2 and
Well,
3, right?
I know there's gonna be a big orgy scene in the next one. Hey,
God,
so I was thinking, like, I was thinking, when I was watching Breaking Bad, I was thinking and about it was just like a weird coincidence, but the reason I like Breaking Bad so much was like one of my favorite movies of the '90s was Fargo,
damn,
uh, from the Coen brothers,
yeah,
and and it to me the resemblance is very similar to me in many aspects, because the thing with Fargo and the thing with Breaking Bad is they're about like two cities that I know very little of. I don't know Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I don't know Fargo, North Dakota. So like it's like the city becomes its own character, and the people that are there are all like, damn, is that like how it's like over there? Like, and it's just like
yeah,
bizarre. It's like
yeah,
it's nothing like it's almost like an Alice in Wonderland story. You're like, what
right,
the like, yeah, like the
yeah,
Steve Buscemi character in Fargo, when he goes in there, he's like so fucking like, he's like, he does not understand how people function over there. Like he even says like, what's with you people, you fucking imbeciles? It's like he's just like so perplexed with like the whole just being in Fargo, and then like, and that's how it is with like Breaking Bad. It's just like all the characters are all just whacked out. It's just like they're just like the strangest people ever.
dude, everyone, man. Everyone's completely whacked out. You're right. But yeah, dude, you're right. Like, I know nothing about New Mexico. The only thing I knew about New Mexico was Mark Maron was from there. That's it.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's all. I was like, yeah, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah. And when they filmed everything over there, I was like, damn, dude, I kind of want to go there. It looks beautiful.
It does look beautiful, and the more I've learned about New Mexico and a lot of the places over there, is if I ever go on a road trip, I'm definitely going to go to like, places in Colorado and New Mexico. There's definitely a lot of like beautiful scenery out there to go check out. So
Yeah.
it's people always go, oh, I want to go on a road trip and go to like the Grand Canyon. Dude, I went to the Grand Canyon. It's beautiful and all, but fuck, man, like it's just like one place. It's like you get there and then you just look at it for like 10 seconds and then you're like, all right, I'm done. Time to go
Dude,
home.
you know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of the Griswolds. Because dude, my brother brought this up a long time ago, and I never put this together. But dude, when he gets to these certain areas where it's like, oh, dude, you made it, he could never really enjoy it. But it was one of those things, because like there was a scene in Vacation where, dude, he lost all of his money. They had no money, and
Mhm.
he was trying to write out like a traveler's check or something. And he told the guy at the hotel, he goes, look, I'm gonna write you a check for $1,000. All you need to give me is $100, and you can keep the rest of the money. And like the hotel manager was like being snooty or whatever, kind of being a jerk to him. And so, dude, he ends up slamming his checkbook because like the hotel manager leaves, and then
Mhm.
Griswold slams his checkbook, and the cash register opens. And dude, he takes all the money and leaves a traveler's check. And dude, he runs off, right? But dude, what's so great about it is they're at the Grand Canyon, and they're like, "Dad, look at the Grand Canyon." And they're staring at it. He's like, "Okay, let's go." And dude, it was just like this 2 second moment where he like held his whole family. They looked at it, and it just reminded me of what you just said. It was just like, "Okay, let's go. We can go home now. We're good." It's
Dude,
like, oh,
I
dude.
remember going with my dad. It was my dad, my brother, my mom, and I. We all went, and we went with my dad's friend. Dude, We went to the Grand Canyon in one of the worst fucking blizzards ever. It was so
Whoa.
bad that at one point in our fucking 15-hour road trip to get there, because we had to drive 5 miles an hour because it was icy roads and the blizzard was like fucking, like we couldn't see shit. And,
Damn.
and my dad's car fucking slid off the fucking side of the road and our car flipped over, dude.
What?
Luckily, I swear to God, luckily we landed like we didn't land upside down. We landed, like right side up, where we were still able to drive up. And luckily he had a Bronco, so he was able to drive back up the hill. But it wasn't like a very steep hill. It was a few feet. It was enough to flip our car. Our car got flipped.
Wow.
We really flipped up. It flipped over. Like we did like a complete flip over. It was fucking crazy. I remember like everyone was fucking freaking out. I thought we fell off a fucking mountain because you can't see below us, and
No.
we thought we were on fucking we thought we were on the Grand Canyon. When we rolled over, dude, I swear to God, I thought that was it. I was like, damn, I'm about to die at 9 years old. This is fucking crazy.
Wow.
But luckily we flipped over, and we flipped over completely over, where we were able to still land on, like the wheels were able to land on, and we were able to drive off, and by the time we got to the Grand Canyon, we were just done. We
I
just didn't even
bet.
want, dude. And just to rub salt on the wound, bro, we pull up to the Grand Canyon, we get out, we're like relieved that we're alive, and we're like tired because it was 15 hours of driving, and we get out, and the blizzard was so strong we could barely see the Grand fucking Canyon. And I'm like,
Wow.
wow, this was fucking the worst trip of my life to this day, dude. Dude, because back then you didn't have, the weather app where you
Right.
could see
No,
if
of
it's going to be a
course.
fucking blizzard, right? So we were like in a place called Flagstaff, which is like the major city that's closest to Grand Canyon. That's where everyone goes to like stay at a hotel, or
Yeah.
that's where like everyone goes to regroup and get ready to go for a few hours drive to to the Grand Canyon. But
Yeah.
yeah, so it was the worst experience ever. To me, it still ranks number one as the worst fucking trip of my entire life.
Dude, you might need to rewatch Vacation then.
Yeah, I know.
Because they do that. Do they fly? Do they end up going through like a construction area, and do they freaking do the car hits a ramp, and
Yeah,
bro, they fly, man. So it's just everything that you're saying. It's like, oh my gosh, it sounds like
but
Griswold's, dude.
we didn't have John Candy chasing us,
Aw, John Candy wasn't chased. Wait, was he?
wasn't
Mm.
he? Wasn't he a security guard?
Oh no, he was already at Wally World, bro. I thought you mixed that with Nothing But Trouble.
Dude, and can I tell you something? Look, I'm gonna say it right now. There is not one single person that will ever listen to this that will know that fucking movie, with the exception of you and I. There's nobody that knows that
Oh,
fucking
dude,
movie. And
no, my brother,
dude,
dude, I watched it because I was like, oh, sweet John Candy. Oh, wait, Chevy Chase, Dan, dude, it's an all-star cast, like the people that are on the cover, and he even
yeah,
says it on the top. I was like, dude, Demi Moore, what the heck? And I remember I watched it. Um, Dang, you know what, dude? I think I might have rented it, and dude, I remember it giving me a stomach ache because it was just so gross. And then my
yeah,
brother watched it. And dude, I don't know. I ended up watching it again later when it went on HBO. And dude, to this day, I think I own it. To this day,
yeah.
I enjoy that movie for some odd reason. It's such a weird movie,
Yeah.
man.
It was Nothing But Trouble, by the way. Not. I think you said Nothing to Lose.
What did I say?
I think you said Nothing to Lose, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I don't know. I'm nothing losing the
There is
trouble.
a movie called Nothing to Lose, but
Dude,
I know I know what you meant.
I
Because
saw that in the theater with Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence. I just don't remember it. I just don't remember that movie. But I know about
movies.
Nothing But Trouble. Oh, dude, that's so weird. Dude, I've
Yeah,
tried, and dude, that movie, I can't really recommend it. It's one of those movies where it's like, dude, why did you have me watch that? Like, if somebody can be like, dude, I want like a really obscure, just a goofy 90s movie, just something weird. And I'm like, all right. That's when I'd probably recommend it. I wouldn't recommend like a Fight Club or anything like that, but even though I have, but I mean, like if they want to watch something where it's like, I don't know, I guess random and silly, that I think I'd recommend that. Nothing
which
But
one?
Trouble.
Nothing But Trouble.
Dude, it's weird. Tupac is in it. It's a really
No, he's not.
yeah, he
Is
is.
he really?
Yeah, Tupac's in it. Tupac is because he was in Digital Underground.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, dude, I totally forgot. Dude, there's such a great casting in that. I'm just like,
It's
and it's been a while,
weird.
by the way.
It's who?
I said it's just been a while since I watched
Oh,
it.
dude, yeah, it's been a long time. I found this like page on YouTube that this guy breaks down like he breaks down all these like films and like shows. Like there was like an Uncle Buck show, and he
Hmm.
gives like a breakdown of it, of like who got cast and why it failed. And he did like a planes, trains, and automobiles one where he did like a deep dive on all the deleted scenes. I guess the movie was like 2 or 3 hours long or something like that, and it had John Hughes like would have like all this extra footage from the movie that he didn't release. Really trippy. I didn't realize that he recorded some. He's like, what's his name? What's that guy's name? James Cameron. Doesn't he film like 4 or 5 hours worth of footage and then just doesn't release it?
I mean, well, it's not just him. I mean, every director usually has. I was just reading that like Tarantino even had a movie, the Hateful Eight. The original cut was like 6 hours,
Damn.
and the last one he came out to was like 2 hours longer than he wanted it. He wants. I think at the end of the day, man, anyone wants their movie as long as they want because they want yo ass to be sitting on that screen watching their movie for like 5 hours,
Dude, that's why I'm like, dude, give me a show. Give me like 10 episodes, hour long. That's 10 hours, dude.
I have you watched The Mandalorian, by the way?
Dude,
Did you watch that?
I ended up talking to my buddy about that last time because he's like,
Yeah, I'll only going to say just one thing about it, because you talk about how like there should be movies that like should be like maybe cut up into like miniseries and all that. That Mandalorian show, as good as it is, but not like amazing, not the greatest thing ever, as some people say, but that would have been an amazing 2.5 hour movie because there was a lot of pointless episodes. I don't care what anyone says. There was a lot of pointless episodes. Sometimes it was just a waste of an hour, but then it regroups and there's like a fucking spectacular 45-minute episode or something. But long story short, that's an example of something that shouldn't be a series and should have been a movie, and it would have been an amazing movie if it was just that.
yeah, yeah. I need to go back and I actually need to watch it. I've watched like the first couple of episodes. I think I watched 3 or 4. I saw it when the Apollo Creed came out.
Oh yeah,
That was
that's
like
great.
his or no, he was in the first episode, but like when they had like a little battle in the courtyard or whatever. That's all I
Mhm.
remember. And then the all the characters were flying in the sky or something like. That's all I remember. But yeah, I got I'm just making stuff up. And they bought a TV. No, I don't know. I'm just making
They went to
crap.
Best Buy.
They went to Best Buy and bought a tube TV. Yeah, dude. I need to go back and watch that. And then I was on the Disney Plus, and I saw that they put out that new Marvel show. Even though I don't really know what it's about. It looks kind of cool. It looks freaky.
It does look cool. It's well, it.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot. Yeah, I don't even like, to be honest with you. As much as I want to talk about it, it's like I just feel bad because a lot of it might just go over your head if you're like
yeah,
don't know where the characters ended up at and this and that, and because like one thing about the Avengers movie is like a lot of the characters, like a lot of their stories are very open at the end, and like you're like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? This was one of the storylines of like that, and to have to kind
right,
of delve into all of that, it's like, so, put everyone to sleep.
dude. Well, dude. So one of the biggest gripes, or not gripes, I shouldn't say gripes, but one of the biggest recommendations that I've been getting, because I've sent like some audio to a bunch of people, and like even my buddy Mark was like, "Dude, so what is this? What is it gonna be about? What's the direction?" Right? And I'm like, I don't know. It can go in whatever direction. I don't care. It's whatever you're
Yeah.
into, but I know that you're into film a lot more than some of my other friends. It's like, yeah, you're pretty diehard, and there's like, I don't know. I finally did my homework. I finally like wrote down a bunch of stuff,
Oh shit.
But I remember you said you wanted to talk about films that are coming out this year, right? New
Yeah.
films, like ones that we're
Yeah.
excited about. So before we do that, let me backtrack to last year. To be honest, dude, the only movie I had to look this up because I didn't know. But the only movie that I thought that came out that I was thinking maybe like in the theater, because I know there's movies that came out on Netflix and all other stuff or Disney Plus. Dude, the only movie that I knew that came out was Tenet. That was the
Mm-hmm.
only. I remember that. I remember like right before this whole thing hit, I think Tenet came out, and my buddy from work was like, "Hey, I went to go see Tenet in the theater," and it was before all the theaters shut down. And I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "The movies, I don't know what to say." And so I really had to look this up. But I want to talk about 2021 before we go back to 2020 because the 2021 list is way bigger than the 2021.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because everything got pushed to 2021.
I know it's great, but I hope these movies are done at least, or I don't know. I hope that.
Well, I think a lot of them are. You know, if you just like just one example or two of them, Top Gun, the new Top Gun movie is done. It was been done. You know, it was supposed to
Yeah,
come
dude,
out
I was
in
waiting for that.
summer. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
supposed to come out summer of 2020, and then the other one that was done, and it was done in spring of last year, and that was James Bond movie. The one that the last one that Daniel Craig is going to be in.
right.
Um, so those have been done, and so you know, but there are movies that are still in production
Do,
or already just barely wrapping up that are like still being edited, and the one that I'm like kind of antsy about and seeing if it's even going to even come out this year, which I hope it is it's the Matrix 4,
yeah,
you know, because I
dude.
want to see more orgies.
Oh god, dude. You know, I had you know what, man? That's like a different. I feel like we can have like a separate conversation just about that. That movie,
Yeah.
dude. I can't go back. Okay, I'm about to rant right now. But dude, this is the list. You ready? So, some of them you
I'm
already
ready.
listed, but this is
All
my
right.
these are my choices that I'm pretty excited about.
Dude, Space Jam better be in this fucking
You better
list
settle down.
with LeBron James, baby.
Hell
You,
no. He better wear his Cleveland. I honestly, the only LeBron James movie I'm gonna watch is if Howard the Duck 2 comes out. Because it has to do with Cleveland. That's the only way, dude. I think I might have pitched you my idea for Howard the Duck. Anyway, somebody's gonna steal that idea. All right, you ready? I'm excited about
I'm
these,
ready.
dude. Okay.
All right, let's
Some of them I don't even I haven't seen a trailer. I haven't seen anything. Some of them I just saw a poster. So I had to look it.
oh,
I had to look it up to
I'm
figure out
nervous.
what's coming out this year. Dude, the only movie that I thought that was coming out this year was freaking Mission Impossible. I thought Mission Impossible was going to take all the Oscars of being the only film that came out.
I know.
It's
Hey,
crazy.
I should have made a movie last year. I could have fucking had a chance to win an Oscar.
Dude, right? That'd have been
Yeah, because
crazy.
dude, there has not been a legitimate like top 10 movie list of 2020 because people can't even name 10 movies that they've seen
No.
last
But dude, I pulled up a list. There's quite a bit. I didn't realize. See, there was like 100 and something from last year, and I'm like, what the hell? I was like, what did these come out on freaking Daily Motion? All right, here, you ready?
year. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, right.
dude, Coming to America 2.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I'm really excited about that.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're on board with that. I don't know how
yeah,
you're gonna
but
feel about this, but I'm kind of excited because hopefully these guys that are putting it out, I think they're fanboys of it, but
yeah.
do the new Mortal Kombat movie. I'm
Yes.
kind of I'm pretty interested in it.
You know, okay, so I was thinking because it's rated R and all that.
Yes.
Remember that movie The Raid?
Yes. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Of course.
Okay. Whoever is the director of that fucking movie, if he didn't watch that movie and get inspired and be like, I want to make Mortal Kombat movie like The Raid, that's
Yes.
what I would have done.
Right.
I want a hardcore rated R, fucking blood and guts, but like you know, like kind of like that, you know, on Bach fucking type of fighting,
Oh
like
man.
those movies and all that, the
Yep.
craziness. Where it's like, where it's not CGI, it's none of that bullshit. Like, you know, I mean, obviously they're gonna have to use a lot of CGI for, you know, for their like for their powers and all their
Yeah.
fatalities and all that. But my point being is that movies that have to depend on fucking CGI to like tell their fucking story is always what my biggest gripe is. And like I said, like go with practical shit, man, and
Yeah.
that would make it a little bit more memorable. Okay, but go ahead.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat, I'm on board. Let's do
Okay.
it. Fuck it.
Okay. A Quiet Place 2.
I never seen a Quiet Place one.
Oh, dude. Hey, give that a shot, man. It's really
I, I
good. It's a fun
I
movie.
want to.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no,
no, no pressure, but yeah, definitely check that out. It's fun. All right, dude. This one is like in my top. Like the moment it comes out, whether it doesn't go to a theater, even if it's $25 or $30 to rent on Amazon, I don't care. I'm all in. Late night late night in Soho. I have to watch it.
is it coming out this year? That's the question.
That was the thing. That's why I did my homework. I pulled up a list
Yeah.
of everything that's supposed to come out this year. So these are all from this year that are supposedly supposed to come out.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I follow Edgar Wright on Instagram,
yeah.
and he teases the shit out of that movie. So I am hoping for just even the teaser trailer this year because, or sometime in the near
Yeah.
future, because that dude. I know you like the At World's End. That was the only one that I'm kind of a little mixed on.
Oh, there's a lot of folks that didn't like it.
But I will say that dude in his career has made some of the most entertaining fucking movies.
Oh, for
any
sure.
fucking director. That dude, I could sit there and watch his movies every day.
Yeah.
Like one of the movies I could do that with is like The Birdcage. Like I could just if the
Don't get me
if the
started.
Birdcage is on, dude, if it's just on TV, like even if I've seen it a million times,
Yep.
I just have to leave it on. It's
Yeah.
fucking that funny and
Yep.
it's memorable. Every line in it is classic and every actor in it is amazing.
Yep.
That's his movies. It's all about the dialogue and the characters are fucking classic. Every character in all his movies are fucking amazing. So it's
Yep.
like, yeah, I'll definitely be. Yeah, I would say that would be number one for me too. I don't know who else is making a movie this year.
Yeah. I mean, I loved Baby Driver. Baby Driver
Steven
so much
Spielberg
fun.
making a movie?
Who cares? Let's see. Ready Player 1.5. Give me a break. The next one is Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yes, that looked bad, dude.
Yeah,
Did you see the trailer?
Yeah.
I know you're not a big trailer guy. I'm a big trailer guy. I love fucking watching movie trailers. I get pumped up, dude.
No.
It's like getting a sample of a fucking movie, and you're just like, oh, it just gets you all, like ready to go watch. Dude, I'm telling you right now, that trailer, whoever made that trailer and put that shit together, did a phenomenal job because that shit pumped me up. I'm ready for some Ghostbusters.
Dude, I'll tell you this. I do like watching trailers, but I've learned not to watch like the third installment of the trailer or the second. Like I'll watch one and then that's it. I'm like, okay, that's it. That's all I get. That's all I get.
Yeah,
because
you
dude,
just
I
want,
feel
like,
like they just give you too much, and I want to forget it, and I want to forget
dude,
the trailer.
By the time the movie comes out, there's already right before the movie comes out. There's already like 4 theatrical trailers, and then like 18 commercial spots, and
Dude.
you're just like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
The what do you call it? What is it called? The red one.
Which one?
What are those trailers called? The red.
Oh, the red band trailers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, man. But Ghostbusters, I'm all in, dude. It's gonna be fun.
Yes.
Okay. Next one we just talked about was Top Gun.
Fuck.
I'm excited for it, dude.
There's,
oh man,
dude. So you know how Tom Cruise is a nut job, like in many ways, obviously,
dude.
but dude, this dude is such a nut that he's actually flying fucking, these military aircrafts in this movie.
Dude, when has he made a bad movie? Recently.
I don't know, man, but dude, I think that Edge of Tomorrow movie is so underrated. I wish more people fucking talk about that shit because that movie is so phenomenal, dude. And I didn't even know it was adapted by a comic book. And they did a comparison between the actual it comes from a Japanese manga comic,
Oh wow.
And yeah. The story is very different, obviously, because it's different, different culture, different this. So there's but I have to admit that based on the comparisons of both of them, I still think that the American like adaptation, which are usually never better, in many ways, if ever. Um, I thought the American version, based on what I learned from it, was still maybe a step up,
Yeah,
which is rare, because you just can't. Americans don't know how to adapt shit for most of the part. So,
dude. The only one they
uh,
the only one they did it right with was The Office.
yeah, they did, but at the same time, like the British comedies. Look, my girlfriend loves British comedy. Dude, I'm telling you right now, British comedy is completely different from
Oh,
American comedy.
oh,
There's
I
so
know.
many
I
great
love
British.
it.
I don't know all the titles, but I peek over and I see my girlfriend constantly. All she does is watch British television. She
Yeah.
loves British comedies, and she loves British, even British dramas or detective show. Anything that's British, she
Wow.
fucking watches, and they're good. They are fucking good. And The Office, the UK version, still to this day is pretty fucking remarkable for only 2 seasons.
Dude, I just watched it last month.
Mhm.
And I haven't watched it in forever. And dude, it was so hard to watch because it was like I think I watched The Office from start to finish before they took it off Netflix. I'd probably say maybe a solid like 7 or 8 times. I love that
Yeah,
shit, dude. I'd leave it on, dude. When we're making dinner, I'll leave it on,
the
and
American version.
I love it. But then I was
Yeah.
like, dang, I need to go back and rewatch the original, and I rewatched the original, and dude, I was like, I'll listen to it. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. I watched it and then I'd listen to it afterwards. And dude, I tripped out like when I was watching it how like cringy it is. Like it's bad. I forgot how uncomfortable that show is. It's crazy, man. I'd recommend going back and checking that out. Dude, even Extras, his other show that was on HBO, Extras was oh man, that was hard to watch, man. Extras was tough, dude. And he had a bunch of like I think every episode had like a big star. I think the first episode was like Ben Stiller, and another
Yeah,
one
I
had
remember that.
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
dude, it was just rough. I don't know. Yeah. I love both of the shows. I didn't think I was gonna like the American one, but I ended up
Dude,
liking
I,
it.
I loved how we went from Tom Cruise to The Office.
No, yeah,
So,
it's good. No, but dude,
where did this go? Okay, back to 2021
oh, sorry,
movies.
yeah. Okay,
No, no, no.
so so this one I think we've talked about it before, but I didn't know who was in charge of this movie or who's directing it. But I'm kind of curious to know how it's going to come out because this guy he puts out some gems. But I'm kind of want to see the Suicide Squad movie just because it has James Gunn. He's
I-
directing it.
if that dude didn't get fired and then rehired from Disney because of shit that he said 10, 15 years ago, if that didn't happen to him, that dude would have been handed by now. He would have been handed the keys to Marvel.
Yep.
Like, and what I mean by that is, he will be like a contributor. He'll help oversee stuff. He'll help get projects started, just like Josh Whedon did leading up to the Avengers 1 and Avengers 2. Josh
Yeah.
Whedon kind of had his hands in the cookie jar and kind of like helping things and writing and rewriting and just kind of being around everything, kind of like, he wasn't like the Kevin Feige person. He wasn't like the producer. um he wasn't the head in charge, but Whedon was like the guy who like everyone could go to, like just kind of get certain shit out, like be like, okay, like let's go in this direction, and Whedon will make like a recommendation and be like, let's try this. And obviously his recommendations obviously paid off, and obviously then he became a piece of shit with whatever he's doing now. I don't know. Did you hear about him? He's, I guess, a big weirdo now, or maybe he always was. Who knows? But whatever.
James
um,
Gunn?
no, Josh Whedon.
Oh, no. Oh, I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything.
Long story short, he went through a lot of controversy directing, redirecting that Justice League movie for DC,
Oh, okay.
and then he like got like accused of like just being vile and like,
Oh,
one of those guys.
yeah.
So he kind of got a bad rap, and then he was like, kind of like cast out of Hollywood for a little bit, and so he could
Wow.
clean up his act. But back to James Gunn. That dude and what he did with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and what I think he'll do with Suicide Squad. That dude he's unique, man. He's a special
Yeah,
fucking director and
man.
writer. He's a good writer too.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited. Hopefully he doesn't drop the ball, man. I mean, even the last one, the first Suicide Squad had pretty good cast, dude. I think, but it went down like a weird. Yeah, I don't want to get into it, man. I didn't like it. I watched the whole thing too.
Mark my words, it will be the only good DC movie, with the exception of the Dark Knight trilogy, which I don't consider part of this DC universe that they're trying to create.
Yeah.
That's its own thing, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about like what DC is trying to do now to like compete with Marvel, which they never will. So I don't know why people like even try anymore.
Yeah.
Like, those Wonder Woman movies suck balls, and the fucking Justice League movie and whatever Batman versus Superman and all those movies have been, dude. I'm telling you, Aquaman was atrocious, dude. All those movies are dumb, dude. Like, they're really bad.
To be quite honest, I'm kind of curious to know how the new Batman's gonna play out.
You know how it's gonna play out? They have a good director, and they have a good actor. They have what's his face, Twilight.
Bro, they got freaking There'll Be Blood in there too.
Who?
The what's his face?
Daniel Day-Lewis?
No, the Get Out Ghost. What's his name?
Yeah,
Paul Dano, right?
Paul Dano. Yeah,
yeah.
Who's
dude,
he playing?
Bro, he's playing.
The Riddler?
He's playing the Riddler. Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, what would you do if I said he's playing Egghead?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
He's playing Bane.
That should be
no.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm excited. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, next up.
Okay.
You still haven't even said my number one, but go ahead. I'm gonna let you keep going.
This one should be fun. Jackass 4.
They're all still alive.
Yeah, dude. They're doing another Jackass. I'm pretty pumped on it. I was just listening to a podcast with Steve-O, and I was like, whoa, okay, it's official. That's tight.
Dude, I love those movies, man. Every single one of them. Every single fucking character.
I can't go back and watch the first one, but I can watch 2 and 3. Dude, the first one was rough. Dude, the first one was like torture. Oh, dude, it was rough. Try to go back and watch the first one. It's tough, dude. It's like,
dude, I watched the third one recently, dude.
Man.
And my girlfriend was like, I don't like these movies. I don't like that. And then all of a sudden, like, that's my impression of my girl. And then I was like, no, just watch this one. And I showed, dude, do you remember the fucking skit where they had that big giant hand?
Yes.
That was like pulled back like on like a little lever, like, and it was hiding behind a doorway.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone walks through the doorway, the big giant hand just slaps them on the face and they go flying, dude.
Yes.
It was dude, that was the one that like it won her over for a brief moment. She was dying on that one, dude.
Oh, dude, it's just it's so over the top silly. It's so cartoony, man. But the dude, what's funny, I always laughed about it, was dude, Wee Man, the way he sounds, bro, it always reminds me of Matt Wheeler. He's what's up, dude? What's up, dude? Yeah. Right? And so like dude, Wee Man does smile. That. Yeah, dude. Wee Man goes, what's up, dude? And then dude, that hand, he goes, give me a high five. Whack, dude. Oh man, I love that. Dude.
I thought they were too rich and famous to go get their balls shocked again, but I guess not. So
dude.
All right, what's next?
Oh dude, what about the one where they were up against the wall and dude, they got shot with those riot balls. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I forgot which one that was in, but
now that I think about it, I don't remember which one. But yeah, I remember that one was crazy. So for this one, it's the Many Saints of Newark. I want to see that, and the only reason why is because Joey Diaz, the comedian, he's in it. And then I found out that it was like a prequel to The Sopranos, and then I found out that James Gandolfini's son is in it, and I was like, whoa, okay. I'm kind of all in on that. I want to check that. I know nothing about The Sopranos, but hopefully like that'll be a good segue to get me to watch the show.
Well, if if all like the major people are involved, like that were like doing The Sopranos, of course I'm gonna fucking watch it. So
Yeah,
yes,
and I like
yeah, count me on that one.
and I like John Bernthal. I really like all the movies that he's been in. He's the guy that
Yeah,
plays the Punisher.
he's
Sell me this
yeah,
pen.
yeah.
Let's see. Halloween Kills. Dude, I can't wait to see the next Halloween installment. It looks dope.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. Did you watch the one that Danny McBride did?
Was it good?
Oh, dude, yeah. Check it out, man. Yeah, it was good. It was really. That's some weird moments in it, dude. It was fun.
Was it like that one movie? Was it like Eastbound and Down, but with Michael Myers?
No, you know what, dude? It had these like um how can I break it down? Dude, when you watch it, it's freaky. I mean, it's pretty brutal on some of the scenes, but like there's just one scene in particular, dude, that just had me rolling. And it reminded me of like small little like antics you would hear like in Pineapple Express or something silly like that. And then dude, like, and you're wondering like, dude, why is this conversation happening? And then dude, once the scene is done, bro, you're gonna start laughing. And you're like, okay, that was like something probably Danny McBride threw in or something. I don't know, dude. There's like certain scenes like that happen in the movie that I enjoyed. And then freaking Jamie Lee Curtis looked trippy in it, man. She looked run down. I felt bad in terms of like just her character, not like personally, because she's been through so much crap, right?
I was gonna say, yeah, that's like realistic,
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's next?
It was fun.
Next? I like that. I like that.
This one I don't know nothing about, but I'm all in with this director. Is Nightmare Alley.
With Guillermo del Toro directing
Yes.
it.
Yeah. Dude, I don't care what he does, man. I want to see it.
That dude is one of the greats.
Dude.
The great Mexicans.
Dude, isn't it funny how like remember during the Academy Award, he just seems like such a nice guy too. I mean, I don't know, but I mean like he just seems so like humble, like thank you, this always soft spoken or whatever. And then when he went up and I think like Natalie Portman was like, here are the nominees for directors and one female director, or he said something like that, or I don't know, it was just something where it's just kind of like a jab or something. Like, do you remember that? And then he ended up winning for Shape of Water, and it was just kind of like, oh god, come on, man, like why does that have to, I don't know, I don't care, whatever. It was just, I just felt really bad because it was just like the person who won, it was just like the nicest guy probably in Hollywood.
Well, he deserved it. I mean, like simple as that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This one, it didn't give me a poster or anything, but I read the description and I was like, whoa, I kind of want to check that out. But it's an Adam McKay movie. It's called Don't Look Up, and it has like Leonardo DiCaprio. Kind of has a kind of a pretty big cast.
It has a very big cast. So this Adam McKay, this dude lucked out, man. He lucked out, and I'll tell you why he lucked out. This dude was just known with making Will Ferrell slapstick comedies for like his whole life. That was what he was known for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then he had like this like little passion project that he wanted to do, which was the
Big Short,
movie The Big Short.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that.
And it was great, right? It was really well done. The cast, everyone was great.
Everyone was great. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, this dude was taken as a serious director. He's like an elite director now. Because then the movie he made after that was that Vice movie about Dick Cheney.
Right.
With Christian Bale and Sam Rockwell and another all-star cast movie, and was once again nominated for 1 billion awards. And it was like so this dude now is like elite because he just got the elite actor with Leonardo DiCaprio and I think Jennifer Lawrence and like you said, I think Cate Blanchett might be in it. I don't know, 1 billion people are in it. So, but you know what? I'm going to tell you something.
Here we go.
Because none of that compares to the movie that even has a bigger cast.
Hold on.
A bigger director. And there's 2 of them that you haven't mentioned yet. So I'm going to...
Damn.
You tell... Go ahead. I'm ready. You tell me.
I got...
There's 2 of them.
So that one's called Don't Look Up.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Okay, my last one
that
I have.
Dude, this was out of 100 films. One of them that you said already, but I'm just like, dude, I don't know. I'm not really that pumped to see it. Is well, anyway, okay. So the last movie is called The French Dispatch.
Yes, that's it. Hell yeah. Yes. Hell yeah, dude.
Dude.
You cannot go wrong with Wes fucking Anderson, dude. He
Yeah.
is the shit.
Yes.
Dude, Wes
I'm
Anderson movies, that's that it, I would say even over he's the best American director alive right now. I'm
dude,
going
he's
to
one of
just
a
say
kind.
he is the best American director alive. He is fucking amazing. His movies are so entertaining, so well written. And I did see the teaser trailer, and this movie was supposed to come
Oh,
out last
damn.
year.
I didn't see it.
And dude, it it looks good, man. I really do hope it's good. It has such a great all-star cast in it. But yeah, I would say that's my number one or number two, because you haven't mentioned one that I'll bring
What
up in a second. But
was it The Matrix?
no,
Oh, okay.
it's not.
I saw that on there and I was like, I don't
No,
know,
no, no.
man. I don't think I can
Nah,
handle
dude,
another
there's another one,
Matrix.
man. One that I was pumped up for someone to even attempt to make a remake, because it was made once in the 1980s. But there's a movie called Dune that was supposed to come out last year.
Dude, I
And
that was number 2 on the list that I saw.
yeah,
And dude, I don't have I'm kind of keeping it very low expectations, man. Just because
I think it's best to do that. I think it's best to do that because fucking because that movie's so ambitious, man. Like, and if it's anything less than epic, then it's a failure. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So it's like, what do we really even have high hopes for it? But I do, because that dude is also on a tear with making great movies. He made Arrival. He made a movie called Prisoners, Sicario.
damn.
Um, yeah, dude's on a roll, man. He made another movie with Jake Gyllenhaal as well. Dude, yeah, his shit is
I like
amazing.
Prisoners. Prisoners
Oh,
was.
Blade Runner 2049. Oh,
Oh
dude,
no.
fucking
Okay, now I'm
Blade
really
Runner.
gonna have
Yeah,
low
okay,
expectations. I need to
Wait,
have them because dude,
what
because if I have low expectations of it and I go into it, then I'm because dude, here's the thing.
oh,
I
because you like Blade Runner.
Yes.
Okay,
Let me
good. Okay,
backtrack. Let me
okay.
backtrack. Hold on. Let me. Listen. Let me. I like the new one.
Yes.
The old one, dude, I still can't get through, man. I can't do it, dude. And here's the thing. It took me forever to watch the new one because I was gonna be like, oh god, here we go. I'm not gonna know what's happening. It's gonna be really boring, right? But dude, that movie, the original movie, needed something like that in the beginning of the new one. Cause, dude, I mean, if you remember the new one, dude, he goes out to that farm or whatever and meets up with Drax, right? He sees him, the guy
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
Guardians, or whatever. Or,
Yeah.
I forgot his character name, but
Yeah.
dude,
No,
it was so intense, and I had no idea what was happening, right? Because you just, I mean, unless if you knew, I had no clue why he was there. But dude, it reminded me of like the intro to like Inglorious Bastards. It was that intense to me that I was just like, dude, he's going up against this freaking humongous dude and this skinny little guy, right? But it was, dude,
Mhm.
and you can kind of hear everything, like all the fighting in like a different room, or like, like them get into a scuffle. I don't know. I love that. I love when you can hear it faintly, and then your
Yeah.
mind kind of like, dude, what is happening in that room, man? It's scary. I don't know. I just love that. The beginning of that movie is like perfect.
Yeah.
I love the
Well,
beginning of Blade Runner.
look, this is a little controversial here, that what I'm about to say, but for like, like all the like big movie buff people, and like they're like, oh well, it's always the original that's better than always the sequel. It's like, that's not always true. You know what I'm saying? It's not always true. And yes, Blade Runner was groundbreaking, and its technology, and it was very it was great because it was like a film noir detective story, but set in a science fiction story. And it was adapted by Philip K. Dick's story that was like, people feel like it, like it enhanced it in a sense. But I'm like, you know what, dude? At the end of the day, I know one thing, man. I know when I'm captivated by a movie from start to finish, visually, emotionally, the acting, everything. And as great as Blade Runner was, the sequel did it better. It just did it better, man.
Yeah.
It was a way more fascinating story. It took the ideas even further than what the original even fucking implemented. Blade Runner sequel was better than Blade Runner. Simple as
Damn.
effing that. Mark my words. And I'll debate anyone. Call.
Damn.
Are you taking callers? Are you taking callers right now?
We're gonna go to a commercial break.
Yeah, put Alicia on the phone. I'm gonna debate her right now.
Dude, she's gonna have no idea what you're talking about. She's like, Blade Runner, you mean with Will Ferrell? Oh boy.
Yeah, I love that, dude. You know who I feel bad about with that that ice skate movie is what's his name?
Napoleon?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh
Yes,
man.
dude, that poor guy, dude. He just should have stuck with making fucking Napoleon movies. He would have been a billionaire by now. I would have paid to see at least 5 more Napoleon Dynamite movies. At
Dude,
least 5.
Did you watch the
I could have
cartoon?
seen. Was he the voice of it?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's sad, dude. No, I haven't watched.
Dude, hey, it's the whole original cast, dude.
Is it really?
Yeah, everyone's in it. I think you can watch them all on YouTube now. I don't think it did that. Dude, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Clerks cartoon. I freaking loved the Clerks cartoon, dude. I bought the little box set of it. I think they only played 2 episodes or 3 episodes on NBC or ABC, whatever it was, and they got canned. And then they ended up putting it out on a box set. Kevin Smith did. I freaking love it. It's such a good cartoon, silly. But yeah, that's what I got, man. That's my list. I'm sticking to it.
It's a good list, my friend.
And I'm glad I wrote them down, because then afterwards at the end, we're gonna have an end of the year discussion. We're gonna have another one in between also, but we're gonna have an end of the year discussion after all these movies come out. And
well, the great thing about movies is and we haven't even mentioned that the potential of the Spider-Man movie coming out, because that has the potential of being a great movie as well, based on what everything, all the little they call it fandom. My girlfriend told me this term. I don't know if you know the term called fandom. Fandom is basically everything you see on YouTube with just a bunch of people being like, "Oh my god, like." Tobey Maguire just signed up to be in the new Spider-Man movie, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. So it's like all these like,
oh wow,
really, really, really geeky people. And look, I'm the one watching them, so I put myself in this category as well. But it's just all these geeky people that are just like freaking out over all these like potential breaking news and up to the minute updates on fucking movies. I can't believe I've even gotten to this point. But
wait, so you look up stuff like that?
I do. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Wow, that's like that's the biggest spoiler.
It is, yeah. Yeah, of course it is. But it keeps me really like still into like the up to the minute news on movies, because at the end of the day, man, I like movies, man. I get excited about them. I'm still in a sense a little kid at heart when it comes to like these type of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing new.
Ain't nothing new.
All right.
But
are you ready for the next piece? We're gonna go back in time to 2020.
All right.
Okay, these are the movies that I saw that were new for 2020. And it wasn't a lot, but one of them I kind of have to scratch off because it's considered a show.
I was gonna say, can it also be show? Can we just bunch them in together because of the fact that there wasn't that many movies to be able to watch anyways? Could be like shows and documentaries.
Okay.
So, a little bit of everything.
But I what's the word? I separated them, but I'll start with the movies. There's only a few.
Yeah.
So one of the movies I watched, and I watched it quite a few times, and I really, really liked it. I'm kind of curious to know if you saw it. It was called American Pickle.
I have not seen American Pickle.
Dude.
Nor have I heard of American Pickle.
It's with Seth Rogen. It came out. It's on
HBO.
HBO.
It came out on HBO.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I barely got HBO, so I am going to watch it.
Oh, dude. I watched it Uh, I watched it. How did I do it? I watched it like in bed, right? And dude, I
Mhm.
was like giggling, like shaking the bed, giggling, right? And then I was like, dude, I gotta stop. So I ended up finishing it anyway. But then the next day, I was like telling Alicia, "Hey, you want to watch American Pickle?" And then, dude, I ended up watching it again the next day, and I loved it. I loved it even more.
Got it. Okay.
It's fun. It's a really I don't know. I'm not I don't know what movies he's done recently. Seth Rogen. I'm not too sure. The last movie I can think of is like Green Hornet or something. And I'm not trying to bash on him. I just really can't remember like a movie where it starred him through and through. Can you?
Well, I mean, when he collaborated with the Judd Apatow movies, and then
No,
he kind of did his own.
right. Like recently though.
Oh, recently, I know he made that. Remember that animated movie he came out with? I don't know how long ago that was, but it was
Oh,
the
Sausage
one that
Party.
Sausage Party. That was
Oh,
funny, but
yes.
this dude, hey, he went through a streak of movies of comedy like no other.
Oh
I'm gonna
man.
always remember it.
I
But at
still
the
remember
same
it.
time, this dude went super Hollywood, and he's now making more commercial based movies, like making movies with Barbara Streisand and shit like that. Um,
Dude, you know what I was going to say? I think that might have been like a bet. I started thinking about that, dude. I started thinking about that the other when that movie first came out, cuz I
mhm.
remember dude when we first moved to LA, that movie was all over the place. The
Yeah.
billboard, right? Like the Barbara Streisand smushing his face. I remember that very well. And I was thinking I remember staring at the poster one day, being at a stoplight, and I was like, I bet you anything when they were doing Freaks and Geeks, right, within the group of friends that they had, Martin Starr, James Franco, whoever it is, right? If they were like, hey, whoever makes it big first, whoever gets that box office smash first, they got to go do a movie of Barbara Streisand. And I always had this thing in my head, like of them, like kind of getting together, like goofing on it, be like, "Hey, you." I don't know. Is that weird that I think that? I don't
Now
know.
it
Is that weird?
probably is true.
It
I don't
probably.
know. I mean, but look, at the same time, if you're making a movie with Barbara Streisand, which I would do in a heartbeat, because I would fucking easily take a $5 million paycheck to go act in some silly, road trip movie with Barbara Streisand or whatever. To me, if there's anyone that would sell out in Hollywood in a heartbeat, you're talking to him. I
But
give
dude,
zero shits.
what has she?
um,
What has she done though?
who?
Barbara Streisand. What was the last thing she did? Meet the
Oh,
Fockers.
yeah, I mean, like she doesn't have to do anything. She's
She
got her
just
awards, she's got
yeah
her Emmys, she's got her
cloned
her
dogs.
Grammys. She has everything. She has everything. That
Yeah, it's
woman is like the
crazy.
trifecta of fucking of celebrity. She did it all.
Do you think she has a
Um,
Tony?
she has probably a Tony, probably has an MTV Movie Award. She probably has all that
Hey, she
Blockbuster
might
Movie
even
Award.
have a
You
Razzie.
know, probably even has a Razzie, which puts the stamp on it. But remember, Seth Rogen even tried to do like serious movies. He tried to do that Steve
Yeah,
Jobs movie. Remember that, where he was like Steve
yeah.
Wozniak? That kind of was a
I didn't
bust.
see it, dude. I didn't see that movie.
And then he was in Disaster Artist, which came out I think like 2-3 years ago, maybe.
Wait,
Wasn't
was
that
he in
long
that?
ago.
What did he play in
He
that?
was like the second main character.
Seth Rogen?
Yeah, he was like the no, not the second main character. I would say he's the third main character. So it was obviously James Franco as what's his name? I did not hit her. I didn't. What's her?
Dude,
I
I don't
forgot his name.
remember.
Yeah. Yeah, Tommy Wiseau.
Tell me what's
And
up.
then there was the best, the not the friend, the actor, the one he was like, like whatever
Yeah,
using her.
yeah.
And then after that, Tommy was when he had the assistant director, person, the producer, whatever. That was Seth Rogen, and he was in it quite a bit.
All right.
Remember?
Yeah, I think you're right. I do remember that. I haven't watched that in a long time. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And then like he was like I can't name all his other stuff recently, but I know he's produced a lot of
Oh,
shows. And
he was in that movie with Charlize Theron.
yeah,
I
you
didn't get
know,
to see it, but I remember. Yeah, but I don't know. I think what it was, I just wanted to see a film with him, like him, uh, maybe just him by himself, which is that was the case. And dude, I honestly I highly recommend it.
I
And
will watch it. Shit.
yeah, it's really fun. But I saw that one. That was fun. And then
Okay.
I watched this movie that was on Netflix. It was a Korean film called #Alive, and that one was freaking great. It's a zombie film. Definitely check it out. Dude, bro, I don't know how they're doing it over there, man. In terms of making those zombie films, like Train to Busan and this one too. There's another one that they did called there's like a zombie show.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't remember what it was. It's on Netflix.
Well, do you have to understand, dude? Koreans don't mess around, dude.
Yeah.
They fucking love horror films. They love action and horror, dude. The director of Parasite, dude, he comes from even a similar background where he would make certain movies like that. He would even make monster movies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, I haven't seen Parasite
dude,
yet.
come on, man.
I'm dead
I know you're
serious.
joking.
No, I'm being dead serious. I haven't watched it yet. Dude, I don't even know what it's about. No idea. And dude, people are like, "Oh, dude, let me just give you a little bit." I'm like, "Dude, don't." I kind of want to go in knowing nothing.
No, you're right, dude. I mean, if like honestly, I'll just tell you what happens in the end.
Oh,
it,
here
like,
we
makes
go.
It really, like in indie, and I just
You're about to sing that Linkin Park song.
indie. Well, I think you should watch it.
I'll watch. I know it's on Hulu still. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Come on, dude. Quit being an asshole.
Know.
Just because it has subtitles, you don't want to watch it. What's wrong with you?
Dude, I can't.
What's the matter with
dude?
you?
What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you?
No,
What's that
watch it.
from?
Okay, Alive.
Okay.
Hashtag, yeah, that's
and then
Bobby
Soul.
De Niro.
Soul.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Watch
Yeah,
that. Was a
yeah,
great.
yeah.
That was a beautiful Pixar. Dude, the thing that's crazy is they brought out 2. They brought out Soul and they brought out Onward. It's crazy.
Well, that's why they brought out 2, because they brought out a good one and a shitty one.
Oh, okay. Settle down. I liked Onward. I thought it was good. I really liked it.
Come on, dude.
I liked
Dude,
it. I didn't think I was gonna like it.
Dude, I met people that thought Onward was like one of those made for TV, like, you know,
DreamWorks.
goofy. They thought it was like a DreamWorks movie.
And nothing against DreamWorks, but I mean, I feel like Pixar has like a certain standard that you got to hit, like where it's almost like, you can visit that place. Like it'd be like something that's real. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like I feel like if that world existed with Wall-E, like you can go there, like that's gonna happen, or you know, it's freaky. So I felt like that one was just a little, I don't know, a little too cartoony, but I enjoyed
Soul?
it.
Oh, Onward.
Onward. But I liked it.
Onward.
I thought it was fun. Dude, it was a total curveball in the end, which I thought it was great.
You're talking about Onward.
Spoilers. Yes, Onward.
Got it.
And
yeah,
Soul,
yeah. It had a couple. It did pick up towards the end. I will say that my level of boredom definitely changed at the like 3/4 point of the movie,
right?
And I was like, oh, okay, I'm kind of getting a little into it.
Yeah, I thought I just felt like the main character was kind of bratty, right? He's just like, oh, God, okay, I get it. Yeah, you know, did you want to meet your dad? Okay, cool. But then it was just like all these little characters that kind of popped up, like the little fairy bikers, right?
That was fun.
Yeah, dude, it's all these little things that were just so silly. I don't know. It was fun. It was pretty fun.
Okay.
Dude, one that popped up and I freaking loved it. It was on Hulu. Called Palm Springs.
Yes, I heard about it.
Oh, you haven't watched it?
Didn't watch it.
Oh,
No,
wow.
I've kind of had a bad streak this year.
Oh, damn. It's all good. Everyone has. But dude, yeah, definitely check that out. I think I'm just all in with Andy Samberg, dude. Dude, he just like puts out these freaking just silly movies, man, and I always like, oh, here we go. It's going to be freaking stupid or whatever. Oh, it's going to be, you know, too over the top for me. But then I end up freaking loving it. I always end up liking his movies, man.
Yeah, he's funny, man. He's been funny since SNL. He's been funny on. I remember he was on Parks and Rec from time to time. He would like be in like a couple of shows, And then I never seen his show, but I obviously it's been around for like 10 years already.
Dude,
And
I've watched a couple. They're pretty funny, man. I need to go back
they're
and
pretty
finish
funny.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
The last movie I was gonna say that I needed to watch that came out last year was The Platform. Did you get a chance to watch that?
Dude, I haven't even seen that either, dude. Dude, my list is gonna be like way different from yours.
Oh, damn. Okay. And then you want to hear the shows, or do you want to go next for your movies?
No. Tell me some of the shows.
Okay. One of the ones we just finished that I watched, Alicia and I watched, and I freaking loved it, was The Truth Seekers. That was on Amazon, and it's with like Nick Frost, and the guy from.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
I heard. Yeah. I heard about this one. Yeah.
Dude.
Was it good?
Oh yeah, loved it. And dude, the thing with Alicia and I is like, because
is it like a Ghostbusters type of story?
Kinda, yeah. I guess you can say that. Yeah, it's fun, dude. It's a good one. Yeah, it's fun. Dude. So the way that Alicia and I do it is, if they give us the whole show, right? They give you every episode. We'll watch an episode a night, and we'll like make dinner or whatever, and then we'll watch it at dinner. And that's how we did it. And it was like during Halloween, so it was kind of cool. Tales from the Loop. I don't know if you've watched that show on Amazon. Dude, I freaking loved it. Some people didn't like it. Some people thought it was too much sci-fi. But, dude, the show was adapted because of this artist's like pictures. Like this guy bought the rights to.
Oh my God! The pictures. I remember them. They're fucking infamous. Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah. They're real. It's really cool.
And they made a show out of that?
Yes. And then the guy, there's, what are some brother directors? There's like a
brother director.
Yeah.
Well, there was the dudes, the ones that made Uncut Gem, the Sadiq brothers or something like that.
Wait. Wait. What about the guy that did Captain America?
Oh, the Russo brothers.
Yes. Okay. So they bought the rights to. That shoot, it's not called Tales from the Loop. It's called something else. But dude, if you pull them up, you can see what rights they bought. Dude, the art in that is like, dude, it's freaking crazy. I'll send you a couple of pictures afterwards, and dude, you're gonna be like, this is something that has to be made into a movie. And it's crazy how people are just writing stories off of just a single picture. That's so weird to me, man. It's a trip. Definitely check it out. Tales from the Loop. That was on Amazon.
No, I know those pictures. Those pictures are beautiful. They're like really incredibly powerful pictures. I can't wait to look at that. I'm definitely gonna watch it because I love those pictures. I'm kind of curious on what, like you said, what someone can do with freaking pictures and make it into a television show.
And make a whole story and everything. Dude, you gotta check it out. It's fun. It should be on Amazon still.
On my list.
The High Fidelity show was good. That was on Hulu.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a different take of it. I think it was Lenny Kravitz's ex-wife, the one that's married to Jason Momoa. I forgot her name.
Yeah.
Well, the daughter. Oh, the girl from Mad Max, Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the daughter.
Right. She plays John Cusack's character, and it's kind of like a different take on everything. But dude, she's like man. It's good. I enjoyed it. I told Jay, I was like, Jay, check this out, dude. He threw a fit, man. Jay was pissed, but I was like, nah, I get it. But I think I'd be pissed off too if they like, I don't know, whatever. Yeah, it's a fun watch. Mandalorian, right?
Yeah.
That was fun. I mean, I don't know. It didn't come out this year, did it? Or last year?
It came out last year.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't finished it, but still, I really enjoy what I watched. What We Do in the Shadows. I'm not sure if like if that came out last year or when it came out, or the latest season came out. But I kind of found that show last year, and I was like, dude, this show's freaking amazing. Have you seen that? What We Do in the Shadows?
Yeah, I watched the first season was really good, and you know what, we didn't continue watching it, but not because we didn't like it. It was just got busy.
Yeah,
got busy living, got busy dying.
Damn.
Mhm.
Cobra Kai. That's like my top show right now, dude. I freaking love that show.
Yeah,
And
I heard it got pretty fucking crazy.
love it. And
People are like
then,
killing each other now and shit.
dude, they are. No, I'm just kidding. And then the last, dude, last but not least, and I haven't finished this yet, and people are giving me crap, but what I've seen, whew, I loved it, was the Last Dance.
Yes, which is great because that's where I'm gonna start mine off. That to me is the perfect show or documentary to show someone who does not like sports, and B knows, like very little about it, like let alone care.
Right.
That show can hook anybody,
Yeah, right.
and it did. And for someone that even knows the story, it didn't really add too many new things to it. Like only a few things that I was like really intrigued about, which was like, the relationship with like the general manager and this and that. I was like, oh, I didn't know really about this, blah, 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 blah. But apart from that, like the rest of the story was pretty easy to follow. I mean, for someone that knows and grew up watching the Chicago Bulls and Michael Jordan, I knew their story pretty well because I was a fan. But the real test where that show succeeded was for two groups of people, young people like 21 and younger,
Yeah.
and people that do not know or let alone care about sports, like my girlfriend. And that's where it fucking succeeded, because in the age of LeBron James, which we're living in right now, we're in the LeBron James fucking era. No matter what you say, it's this like 99.9% of the people living today that are like under 25 years old will probably be like, it's LeBron James all the way. But when I grew up and seeing Michael Jordan play and win and do all that stuff, I'm like, damn, I watched both of them, and it's hard to really decide, and I won't even get into that debate because I don't want to, because it's
Yeah.
always just going to be like, if you're a LeBron fan, you're going to root for LeBron, and if you're a Michael Jordan fan, you're Michael Jordan,
No, of course.
whatever. But the fact that it was like a real proper introduction to the way basketball and the politics behind it and the personalities behind it, and to really understand it, that documentary did a great job. A really, really, really great job. Because my girlfriend could not fucking stop watching. She wanted to keep watching every episode. As soon as cliffhangers, like, I can't wait to watch. Say, oh my god, Dennis Rodman is fucking crazy, but I love him. Like,
Yeah.
like, and then she felt bad for Scottie Pippen. She's like, Scottie Pippen got fucked over. Like that. It's like it to her, it played like a soap opera. Do you get what I'm saying?
Right, of course.
Yeah. And that is the magic of great television and editing and all of that, is that they were able to compile probably hundreds of hours of footage that they had and tell a story. The only crappy thing, and I'm going to just say it, is that
spoilers.
It was too revolved around Michael Jordan, and I get it. I mean, the team and the organization, and let alone basketball itself, was revolved around Michael Jordan. But I felt like it was like 7.5 hours of Michael Jordan, and like, the rest of the time for like the coach and the players and this and that. And Steve Kerr got like 5 minutes.
I was just gonna say, would you want more Steve Kerr or what?
I wanted more Steve Kerr, dude, and
Yeah.
I wanted more Ron Harper. No,
No.
Tony Kukoc got like 10 good minutes, maybe tops, and Phil Jackson, I remember, he had like a little segment, and it's like, that was it. Other than that, it was like Michael Jordan's arrogance 101 was displayed in that fucking documentary.
Yeah, man.
Which was fun to me, but fucked up to everyone else that was living with around it.
Let me ask you this, though. If, say, somebody is not a sports fan at all, like they're just like, dude, I can't get into hockey, I can't do any of it, right?
Yeah.
If you were to show them, I feel like any 30 for 30, I can't say any, but if you were to show them specific ones on like a certain player or a team or whatever it may be, dude, I think that might get somebody interested in watching that sport.
Yes.
Right? Because, dude, like,
Yeah.
dude, like, there's one called Unguarded. That's like one of my favorite ones about Chris Herron. And it's about this basketball player who, when they would do the starting lineups, dude, he would leave the arena and meet his dealer outside the arena, coke, whatever he did, come back, get his name called, and bro, he played this unbelievable game. It was insane, and dude, it was just it's like
so many football players. Yeah, so many football players have been like even talking recently and opening up. Retired ones, obviously, not ones that are playing, but retired ones have been like, I was high as a fucking kite.
Yeah.
and I don't give a fuck because I actually played better and my brain was hurting half the time, obviously. And smoking weed was relaxing my fucking goddamn pain for sure.
Right.
And relaxing my nerves. And look, I played football for 1 year and I got hit enough in that 1 year to be like, I'm done. I ain't doing this. And to do it for a living, fuck that shit. You know,
yeah, you have to be a different specimen to do something like that. I get that.
You have to be done. Yeah, dude.
Dude.
These dudes football is fucking vicious, man. Look, I hate to admit that it's still my favorite sport to watch, but because basketball is now creeping up as like right there, you know, it's like it might be my new favorite soon, but I hate to say it, man. Football to me, dude. When football gets good, football there ain't nothing that can beat it. I remember talking to your dad about football, and dude, you just can't compete with it, man.
No.
When it's a 49er or whatever team you like, NFC or AFC championship game with your team with one game away to go into the Super Bowl, there is not a thrill that can really fucking beat that because it's just one freaking game as opposed to like a 7-game series and all of that, you know, and it gets kind of like, you know, you have to sit through it all, you know, but
dude,
but football's just one, man. It's just one, dude. It's
I know.
Like, oh, it's so you got to be lucky, dude. Like sometimes not even the best team wins. It's like the luckiest team wins, you know?
Yep. Dude,
like everything all the stars have to align right for your fucking team to win.
Dude, I'll tell you this, man. As long as it's on Nickelodeon, I'm all in. Because I had a freaking hey, no joke, dude. I haven't watched a game from beginning to end, like during the regular season in a long time. I just can't do it. Dude, I just get so bored, dude.
They're saying that the football game on Nickelodeon was like a near perfect experiment, with the exception of fucking like you could hear someone cursing when the ref was on the mic, like you know, the PA, like you could hear someone like bullshit or something like that. Like obviously like little kids are like, oh mommy, I just heard the F word. But they did a great job. I was enjoying it too. We were all getting a kick out of it. You know, I'm not like I don't watch Nickelodeon I don't watch Nickelodeon at all, but
dude, yeah, I don't watch cable at all.
It was just fun, you know. You got like young people perspective, and it was just energy, and a lot of times it wasn't even revolved around football, you know.
Yeah.
It was just like a fun entertainment thing, you know.
Even
as opposed to like when you hear like CBS or ABC or NBC when they're doing or Fox when they're doing their football games, it's like old retired players that are like,
right,
you know, getting all analytical on you, and just like it's just too much sometimes, you know. And it's like,
I think that's why I get bored of it.
Yeah,
I think that's why I can't watch it. And then hearing it from like different perspectives and age, and dude, even the I forgot what her name was, but the lady that was commentating too, she was great, dude. She made it so much fun. I was like, dude, what is this? I want to watch this all the time now. I don't know, I really enjoyed it. It was funny, and they just kept referencing like old school Nickelodeon stuff, and it was just like, what the hell? That's so weird, man. Yeah,
if I was a little kid, I would be like that. I would be watching that. Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Yeah. All right, let's hear your list. Let's do it. Or did you
Okay,
make
well,
a list?
I mean, I start. Well, the Last Dance was to me was obviously a very, you know, uh, yeah, we were like on the edge of our seat watching every week. Just not so much me, but just like watching it with my girlfriend. Just kind of like it was like watching a good soap opera. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Um, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why did I cut out?
Oh no. I just
Okay.
want to make sure. Um, obviously there was The Mandalorian, and I've kind of talked about like kind of just like my little, pros and cons with that. Like I said, it was fun, it was good, it had great moments, it had pretty dull moments. If it was made into a 2-hour movie, I would pay to go see that in theaters in a heartbeat. So definitely a mixed bag on the Mandalorian thing, but I get it. It's exciting because there was a couple of shitty recent Star Wars movies, which I don't even need to talk about, but they were crap.
Yeah. No. But that's the thing. That's the thing that worries me is that if you bring out a movie like The Mandalorian, if that was a movie, dude, I bet you anything, it would have turned out like The Last Jedi or whatever.
I mean, they had so much great story ideas and storylines and development with the characters, and then like the Baby Yoda, and then bringing back Boba Fett, and I'm telling you right now, they had a
Spoilers.
lot of stuff that they could have just compiled into a 2-hour and 30-minute movie, and it would have been enough, trust me. But yeah, but apart from that, man, like I was watching like reruns of like old television, but
Dude, so was I, man. Dude, I like I said, dude, I leave the office on all the time. That's all I do is leave it
yeah.
on. So
Yeah, me too. It was definitely on. That would be background noise
yeah,
for a long period of time. So I got to find a new show to fucking fill that gap in. Right now, so far it's 30 Rock, but I gotta find another one. But as far as movies go, man, like it's been a really really weird year for movies
oh, of
because
course.
The movies I was excited for the most ended up being the biggest failures. And
Dude.
then all of a sudden, like these little movies that came out of surprise out of nowhere, I'm like, whoa, this is like pretty crazy, pretty original, pretty artistic. And the one that stuck out the most as the biggest surprise and the biggest failure was the biggest surprise of a film that came out of nowhere was from a writer director named Charlie Kaufman.
Oh
And
yeah.
he made a movie called I'm Thinking of Ending Things that
Yeah.
came out on Netflix.
Yes.
And it's so hard to describe, which makes it more special because it's just a unique experience to just go through. And it's almost like I mentioned the analogy of like an Alice in Wonderland type of thing, like like with Fargo and Breaking Bad. It's like
You're right,
weird going
right.
to a city and all that. You do that, but in someone's mind for 2 hours, and it doesn't get any more trippier than that because the movie unravels like so the pacing is so like deliberately slow, but not in a bad way. It just like it's almost like it's pulling you with it,
Yeah.
that movie was fucking incredible. One of the most uniquely written original ideas. I know it's adapted by a book, but at the same time,
Holy crap, it
Charlie
was.
Kaufman,
Jeez.
it was, and it's very different from what I hear. The book was a little bit more straightforward, and it plays a little bit more into like kind of like more like a thriller, as opposed to this one. If you watch it on the surface, it seems like it's a thriller, but it's not. No one dies. No one gets. No one's like. No one. It doesn't play into that as the book kind of does more. But that was so surprising, and it was so good, and it was
Yeah.
so original, and to me, like you just can't, like, to me that was a very nice surprise. You remember when I told you about the movie Drive, and like nobody knew about that
Oh.
movie? I saw Drive, and I've told you the story. I saw Drive one day when I went to the movie theater, and I was supposed to watch like some like stupid action movie that was like probably premiering, and I got to the movie theater and I was like 10 minutes late, and I'm like, ah man, I missed it. I missed the trailers. I missed this. Blah blah blah. Blah. I was like, I missed the first 5 minutes of the movie. I don't want to watch it anymore. I was ready to leave, and then it was like, oh, this movie called Drive is starting in like 5 minutes, and I saw the trailer, and it felt in the trailer or the commercials that you watch it seems like it's like a Fast and Furious type of movie.
Yes.
Like it's very the trailer makes it seem like it's like an action movie. So I go, oh, okay, I'll watch it. You know, something entertaining and hype, fast paced, and all that. And I walk in the movie theater, and I'm literally like one of only two people in there, right? And I watch it, and then like the first 5 minutes, I'm like, this is a trip. This
Yeah.
like you're not seeing explosions, you're not seeing cars drive off a fucking bridge or something, but you're like in this like neo noir trippy like 80s soundtrack, you know, and mysterious character, and it's just like it's almost like a updated version of Taxi Driver in a sense. Like it just felt really trippy.
Yeah, that's
It's like a
good
guy looking.
breakdown.
It's like a guy looking at a city from an outsider's perspective, and he's like seeing all the nastiness around him. And it was like one of those like, and I was fucking floored with that movie. I was like, oh my god, like this movie was incredible. And I was trying to like screaming out of the top of my lungs, like everyone go watch it, and no one would like watch it. And I'm like, the day someone finally watched it was when we got it and we rented it or
Yeah, I still
whatever,
remember
bought it
that.
or whatever. And I went to your house, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Johnny, I've been wanting you to watch this movie for like a fucking year now. Like, you
Yeah.
got to give it a chance.
Dude, I still
And
remember.
once again, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I still remember that day because you brought over Planet of the Apes
Yes.
and we watched it, and then I don't know why, but I went on the store, the iTunes store, and I pulled up it said that Drive was on there, and you're like, dude, download it. I'll go half. It's not even out yet to buy on DVD or Blu-ray, whatever.
Yeah.
And dude, I ended up watching it, and I freaking loved it, dude. I remember just like totally being in awe with it. I don't know, man. It threw me in for a loop.
That was. We went through a good streak of movies, didn't we, that year?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I remember, like, I don't know if it was the same year, right? But it was very soon after, where I was hyping up another movie that once again nobody was giving two shits about. No one cared about it. No one even fucking went to go to the movies to watch it. It was like, you know, like that was Moneyball.
Yeah.
And I was hype. I was the only one. I mean, look. Obviously, there's probably other people, but I'm just saying, like around my little network of people and community around, nobody would talk about Moneyball, and I'm like, man, you guys are missing a fucking gem. Like this is like perhaps one of my all-time favorite baseball movies. And people are like, oh, you know, Will, you're like overreacting, and like, like, you know, like, oh, like, how can it be better than you know, Field of Dreams or whatever you want to say? You know?
Oh, damn. I was trying to
I'm
think. I
like,
was like, what's another good baseball movie? That's right, Field of Dreams.
you know, Field of Dreams, and you know,
Major Leagues
Angels in the Outfield, and
Necessary Roughness, and oh, that's
Mr.
football.
Roses, and yeah, so yeah, no.
Yeah,
Moneyball was definitely the shit. Yeah.
dude, Moneyball was. I think it was. You know what? I think that same year we watched Social Network. I can't remember. I could
It
be
was
wrong,
around
though.
that time, man.
Yeah.
Just going on a crazy streak, dude. We would just, yeah, we would definitely go and, you know, watch some trippy ass movies, man, that people weren't talking about. Not yet, man.
Dry was.
So yeah, so like, okay, so like back to like I'm thinking of anything. That's what I think of when I watched it. I was thinking of like those moments. Fuck, man, one day, it's not happening yet, but I'm predicting it now. One day that movie will be talked about the way those other movies kind of have now gained like a cult following. You know what I'm saying?
Charlie Kaufman's movie.
The Charlie Kaufman movie. I'm telling you right now. Mark
Dude,
my words.
That movie
years from now.
I watched it the day it came out, and dude, that movie's so trippy, man. One of the main reasons why was it's Charlie Kaufman. I had to watch it, and then Toni Collette is in it, And dude, I'm
Yes.
all in with that lady. Whatever she puts out now, it's like I gotta watch it. She's phenomenal.
She's great.
Yeah, she's such a great
And she's
actress.
great in that fucking movie too. The four people, the four major characters are like they're all great. So like I still am like trying to unravel the movie, which makes me really happy
Dude.
because this leads to Tenet right here.
Oh
So
boy.
for a movie that it wasn't action and all of that. I'm talking about. I'm thinking of many things. It wasn't action. It wasn't like fucking comedy and people talking out of their asses or something like that, like Jim Carrey movie. It wasn't any of that. It was just like a drama and suspenseful drama and like your kind of somewhat sad movie about this dude's going through what he's going through. I still am like unraveling and uncovering like all the layers of how that deep that movie goes,
Yeah.
and I'm like really like enjoying that process. I'm just like, damn, like it's just like it's like I'm still figuring it out. But when I watched Tenet, and that movie is meant for you to have to rewatch it and do all of that shit and and you have to unravel it and there's all these clues and mysteries. For a movie that it wants to do that, which Christopher Nolan wants to always do with all his fucking movies, and don't get me wrong, most of them are amazing. That movie was a fucking disaster. That movie to me literally aggravated me because of how much this motherfucker wanted us to understand physics.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're an asshole, dude. I don't fucking know physics. And maybe there's people that do.
Yeah.
But I ain't one of them. And for what I'm understanding right now from a lot of people I'm talking to, and even like when I see reviews and critics and all that, they ain't getting it either. So you fucked up that one.
Dude, I'll say this, man. I was pretty excited to watch it. And I know we've talked about it prior, but I kind of want to put this or kind of set it in stone. But I loved the intro. I can go back and watch that. The beginning of it was so good. And it kind of brought me in that same realm as like Dark Knight, where it was just like really intense. It's like, dude, what are they setting this up? What is happening? I mean, maybe not as much action as it was, or that much of a thrill ride of like guys kind of going from one building to another. Nothing like that, but it was just like, dude, what is happening? It was just so mysterious the whole beginning of the movie, and then he gets tortured. Spoilers, just so you guys know. But it's like right in the beginning of the movie. But like, dude, it's like that whole thing of him getting tortured. It just kind of lost me with. I just didn't understand any of it. I just didn't get it. And I thought it was fun. Like there were certain scenes that were like really fun with like spoilers again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, where they goes into the opposite world. Right? Like that was really cool to see. Like when they were fighting, I think I might have told you when they were fighting and they're doing the whole, spoilers, where they're doing everything backwards. I was like, oh god, okay, so this is kind of like a practical effect. Nothing that I can do ever, but it was just kind of like, okay, we've seen this before. Give me something else, man. Come on, where's that groundbreaking, special effect? And I feel like when he went to the opposite world, that was it. I was like, whoa, this is really weird, man. It was kind of freaky. It was very nightmarish. But overall, I think the movie was very book smart. And I'm not book smart. But the difference between that movie and I'm thinking about ending things feels very like art smart. Does that make sense? It's that movie's a very artsy movie. And you might see that movie like in a different light. I don't know. But even that movie confused me too, man.
I'm thinking of ending things.
Yeah, I just didn't know what I watched, but I know that I didn't hate it. I didn't dislike it, but I kind of want to watch it again because it was just like it was shot beautifully. It was very like eerie. It was very haunting in some scenes. I was like, oh, dude, it just made me
Mhm.
uncomfortable. I don't know. I really liked it. And like,
Yeah, man,
yeah,
shit. Movies are meant to make you uncomfortable. That's why movies are made, is like to give you some sort of crazy, like, little emotional roller coaster of something, and that Tenet movie, which was, as I'm thinking of endings, became the most surprising movie of 2020. Tenet became the most disappointing movie of 2020.
and I guess everyone gets one. I mean, M Night Shyamalan gets more than one, but like, I think everyone gets one where
Yeah,
they didn't pull through. I mean, I still haven't seen Inherent Vice just because of
yeah.
it's just, and I love freaking. Uh,
Paul Thomas
I was
Anderson.
about to, yeah, Paul Thomas Anderson. I love his films,
Yeah,
but I remember
yeah.
what you gave me in terms of like just being like, "Psh, dude, I think this might have been his dud, and dude, just from that, I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to be disappointed, man. I really don't, because I hold his
Well,
films in high regard.
it doesn't even matter anymore, dude, because as much of a dud as it is, which at times it was, I consider it a dud, but that dude rebounded like no other with Phantom Thread. Like,
Bro, it's a
I'm
beautiful
willing.
movie.
I don't even think about Inherent Vice no more. I don't even think he does. Um, Phantom Thread was like that. That to me was one of the trippiest love stories of a movie I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, trippy.
Trippy, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, you talk about duds, man. Yeah, they've all had duds, man. Everyone had duds. Hitchcock had duds. They you name it, they have it.
Everyone gets
Um,
one
yeah, I mean,
or
like you
two.
said, M Night Shyamalan, he gets like 8 of them. I mean, then he'll eventually make a comeback with one.
Yeah. Oh,
um,
he's bringing a movie out too. I forgot to write
he
that
is,
one
but
down.
who cares?
I'm still curious about whatever he brings out. I'm hoping that he brings out another like cool
Split,
gem. I don't know.
yeah,
I enjoyed Split. That was fun.
me too.
I think the whole glass thing kind of fell apart. I don't know if you ever listened to Patton Oswalt's breakdown of it, but dude, he kind of painted the picture perfectly for what Unbreakable could have been, and it kind of breaks my heart that it didn't go
Yeah,
into that path. But
yeah.
what can you
Well,
do?
I mean, and then so yeah, so then 2020, like I said, it's just been weird. I mean, there's these, you know, obviously like heavily racially charged films that are fucking amazing, but man, like I can't watch those every day, So like, so there's a
Yeah,
movie called The Five Bloods from Spike Lee, and that's a Netflix movie. Holy crap, that movie is freaking strong, man.
yeah.
Very powerful shit, man. But that's a one timer for me,
No,
I've been
yeah,
there and I've done that.
sure.
And I'll give it its respect, and if someone says, "Hey, like I like Spike Lee, is he come out with anything good?" I'm like, that right there, go watch that shit. But at the same time, I'm like, you give it the one, watch it one time, you're like it, and then you're done. But Soul was really surprising, man. That was really surprising,
Yeah,
and it was surprising because fucking Jamie Foxx, man, that dude
I didn't
just
even know it was
keeps
him.
on. Didn't even know it was him, huh?
I do. Well, I have a thing about not going on IMDb until I'm done with the movie or show.
Movie.
I have to. Like, I just don't want like a spoiler. Oh, I hear myself. Uh oh. You good?
You hear yourself? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. I hear you. That was weird.
Okay.
But yeah, I try not to go on IMDb or look up anything on the movie or show until I'm through with it, and then yeah, I'll start picking the movie apart or the show.
Yeah. No. Well. Yeah. So that's in my list is very small,
Let's
but
see it. Let's hear it.
well, I mean, like there's those, and then the most surprising one, and I'm telling you right now, man. One day, this will be recognized, and it won't be talked about. Once again, just like I'm thinking about anything, this other thing I'm about to mention right now is going to be one of those things that are going to just be like 10, 15 years from now. It's like I could have never like people are gonna be like, damn, that's like one of the greatest achievements like I've seen in the movies in a long time. Do you know who this director named Steve McQueen is? Have you heard that name before?
Steve McQueen?
Steve McQueen. I know that there's an actor named Steve McQueen, but
Yeah.
there's also a director.
No.
He's
Is he his son?
no,
Oh, okay.
he's an English director. He's African. He's African from the United Kingdom. He's
Oh, wow.
been born and raised there, but yeah. So, um, he made a movie called 12 Years a Slave,
Oof.
right? Yeah, I know. Oof. Won Oscars, won Best Picture. Obviously got it was very powerful, but well respected and all that. He made other movies. A movie called Hunger. He has a lot of great movies. They're just all very emotionally strong and powerful and all that. But I won't get all into it. But he did something that no director has probably ever done before, and in a long time, if ever. And it happened this year. I'm telling you, it's gonna be written in the fucking history books, in movies. He made an anthology of 5 movies, 5, and they all came out because he hasn't done anything in like 3 years. People are like, "Where the fuck has this guy been?"
Wow.
He's been doing this anthology of movies, 5 of them in the last 3 years that he's been kind of working on stuff. And not only are all 5 of those movies out right now on Amazon,
Whoa.
it's an anthology called Lovers Rock, Small Acts. The anthology is called Small Acts. I have seen every single one of those movies. And I'm telling you right now, at least 4 of them could easily be the best picture of the year.
Damn.
That's how amazing each one is. One of them is still good, but 4 of them, 3 of them especially, are fucking like incredible. Like are on a bar of. I mean, I can't rewatch them because they're like really strong, but man, they are just so amazing. But 4 of them for sure are like some of the best movies I've seen this year, and they all are part of the same director and the same anthology. Now, the brilliance of Small Acts is that each movie is not the same as the other. Like it's not a to be continued. It doesn't go in chronological order. They're 5 different movies from 5 different experiences of Black people living in England. So like one takes place in the 1980s, another takes a place about like a couple going to like a house party, another takes place about so it goes in like different directions. It's not like all linear. It's not all linear. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But I'm telling you right now, dude, this dude came out with 5 fucking movies, and 4 of them are out of this freaking world, like brilliant, like best movie of the year, brilliant. Like and I was like, that I'm tipping my hat and saying to that's the best achievement movie. So if he only released one of those 5 movies this year, I would have been like, hey, guess what? There's one of the best. He did 5 of them, and nobody's talking about it. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be one day. It's going to be recognized. Mark my words.
That's crazy. I just looked it up. Yeah, I might check one out. Hopefully, it's
check one out.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not 12 Years a Slave crazy, but
yeah, dude, I don't think I can handle that.
No, but at the same time, it deals with racial injustice, which some of them deal with it, not all of them, but some of them do. And yeah, there's some. It's not like blood and guts type of stuff, but it'll get you. It'll get my
blood and guts going.
You'll get your blood and guts going.
Oh man. Yeah.
No, but okay. So apart from the serious stuff, yeah, Soul would be like another good one. And yeah, you should definitely check them out. And then what else did I see earlier this year that I really liked? Oh, you know what also was disappointing? God, this is the year. 2020 was the year of disappointment. David Fincher. We talked about this mofo a little while ago.
Oh, dude, wait a minute. Fincher. Oh yes. No!
Tell me you watched it.
The one
you
with
didn't watch it? Gary Oldman.
Yeah, I didn't. I completely forgot about that.
Oh man. Okay.
Hey, should I watch it?
If you do, I have to tell you a lot of information before you do, because David Fincher No, hold on. I'm not gonna reveal the movie right now. I'm just gonna say right now, David Fincher. I'm gonna say it to David Fincher. If I ever even saw him in person, I would tell him this. I was like, dude, seriously, fuck you for making a movie where you're only giving out information for people that are like hardcore movie buffs of the 1940s era of style of movies, 1930s, 1940 movies, and like you're talking to these characters and you're talking and you're like and you're following these characters like people know who they are and they don't, dude. Not everyone has studied um the golden age of cinema. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone knows Irvin Thalberg or Samuel Goldwyn and all of these people. Like that's not how it works, dude. Like you have to do, and as a director, he has to make sure that the screenplay, which was written by his father, who passed away many years ago, but you have to make sure that the story can get to know these people before you kind of go in the direction that you want to go with your story. You get what I'm saying? And you don't know. And so like when you're watching like the Gary Oldman character talk to a character to someone like me that kind of like knows a little bit about all of that, I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. This is like wow, this I can't believe like they're putting this in a scene with this type of producer from this type of Gary. And then my girlfriend was like, doesn't even know what the hell is happening. She's like, oh, who are they? Like, like because they don't even like get a chance to really tell them like who they are, like they're like, oh, he's a producer. I'm like, he is the producer of like the 1930s and this is the story and this is that. She's like, oh, why didn't they tell us that in the movie? That's interesting, and I'm like, oh, how aggravating is it that
Wow.
all of these players in this movie are a lot of them have great backstories and very unique and all that, and I know it's not their movie, but if you're gonna have them in there and their story, you have to find a way to implement their character's story into this movie to make them more powerful and stand out. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they don't, dude. And I swear David Fincher is like it's an inside joke, just like uh Christopher Nolan. It's like
I
only
was, I
only
was,
physicists will understand this movie.
I was just
And
gonna
to
say
David
that.
Fincher, it's like only people that know the golden age of cinema films will know this movie. And I think it's a big fu to a lot of the people that would watch the movie that don't know these people. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying?
Yeah. That's kind of
I'm telling you, dude,
frustrating.
when you watch it, there's so many. The movie's all talky, like it's like all conversation driven. There's no action or anything like that. It's all dialogue driven, like not nonstop talking, nonstop talking. He's talking like 10 people at once in like one scene, and you're like, and you see a guy in the corner, and you're like, wait a minute, that's this dude, this dude. You will never know that. You will never know that unless you know like unless you have actually have like some sort of understanding of it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I fucking know everything. I think even things went over my head too. But I'm just saying, like, I'm just only using the example of the 3 people that I know that watched it,
Yeah.
and then I talked to them about it, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know who that is. I don't. Oh, really? Who's that?
Oh
I don't
boy.
know that name.
Yeah.
Who's She's like, and then like my girlfriend was like, I know a little bit about William Random Hearst, but I don't know too much. Like, they didn't tell me anything about him. I'm like, oh my God, he's like, the most powerful one of the most powerful people during that time, he was like,
Wow.
like a newspaper tycoon and this and that. She's like, they didn't tell me that. I'm like, oh.
I feel
So
maybe he should have taken a page from Woody Allen in Midnight in Paris, where he just gave you just kind of these snippets of people. Because, dude, I didn't know a lot of those people that they brought up,
yeah,
right? But it got me
exactly.
interested. I was like, oh, okay, that guy's part of that history. I need to look him up. Like these directors or
Exactly.
whatever.
The
I don't
part
know.
Yeah, like the Dali moment.
Oh
Remember the
yeah,
Salvador Dali moment?
yeah. I
It's like
love that.
you get the Adrian Brody character, a guy acting as Salvador Dali, and let's just say you don't know Salvador Dali, but his acting and his expressions and his just oddness and weirdness of like who he was as an artist shows in that scene, and you don't have to know all his paintings. You know what I'm saying? and
Yeah.
and that's my point about what Mink fails is like you don't get any sense of like who the fuck these people. You just think that there's some random person that he's talking to.
Yeah.
So give it a chance if you want.
I'm worried.
There's some cool moments, and there's a lot of bad moments,
Ugh.
and it's very draining. It's draining to. I got a kick out of it at a time, but even me, I was like, oh man, this is like really poorly told. It's a very very poorly told story, because the story revolves around the making of the movie Citizen Kane, which is for a lot of people like the best American movie ever made. But yeah, that's and it's probably gonna win Oscars because
It's Gary Oldman.
they
It's
yeah
Fincher and-
yeah, exactly.
so whatever.
That movie's not gonna be remembered. No one's gonna give a fuck. No one is gonna give a shit. But yeah. Apart from that, just
Dude.
that and yeah.
Dude, we've
I don't know.
been going on a banter for almost 2 hours, dude.
We really?
Yeah,
We've only
seriously.
been talking for like 20 minutes.
I know. It's crazy, dude. That's what I was,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's crazy how all this stuff flies.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah, for sure, man.
So let me ask you this, because if whoever listens to it makes it to the end, this is the juicy thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about ending things soon. No, if you were to give, somebody who's not really a movie buff, who is like, they'll watch the Marvel movies, right?
Yeah.
Anything that's like a blockbuster hit, right? If you were to have been like, if they met you, right, and they knew you for about a month, they worked with you or whatever, and they're like, hey, dude, you watch a lot of movies, right? And you're like, yeah. And you're like, dude, give me 5 movies that I should watch.
Shit. Damn. Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so like it's so funny you mentioned this, because my conversation with friends and my girlfriend have changed like a lot in the last couple of years, and it's changed a lot since I met her, because she doesn't like violent movies.
Sure.
And then, growing up, I would only watch like, dramas and violent movies and all that. And then I started realizing like, man, I should just be watching like more like, just kind of like a movie that's great doesn't have to be violent. You know what I'm saying? Like Pulp Fiction is amazing, but like, man, is it really healthy to just sit there and watch that movie every day, like all the time, and like watch a needle go in some fucking woman's chest and the F word dropped a million times? It's like a lot of that is like kind of like fun violence, but at the same time, it's like I love it, and I'll always be like, like, damn, that's a classic movie in many sense. But like, I really have changed kind of like my perspective on like some of the movies I watch. Kind of,
it's good, man.
Yeah. So
okay, I'll make this easier for you.
Yeah.
Give me 5, but action, drama, sci-fi, kids, and a comedy.
Okay. So if I'm gonna so right now
one more and one documentary.
One documentary. Okay.
One documentary.
Well,
that's the wild card.
Okay.
Do action.
Damn. Action?
And think of it this way: if they were like, oh, dude, I don't really watch it, because there's like people that I know at my work that, dude, there's this one particular person I know, my buddy Steven, dude, like when I talk to him, dude, his top movie of all time was Godfather 2. And I can't remember what other movies he mentioned. I can't remember. I remember that specifically being that, and he was like, "Whoa!" I was like, "What made it think?" He goes, "Oh, dude, the dialogue and the storyline." This and that. I was like, "That's really interesting, man." And I was like, "You ever seen Goodfellas?" And he goes, "No, what's that?" Swear, dude. Hey, you ever seen Dazed and Confused? No, what is that? Swear to you, dude.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movies this dude didn't see, and dude, I started giving him movies, and I said, "Hey, do watch There'll Be Blood." Dude, watch Sunshine. Sunshine, I think, is like in his top sci-fi movie he's ever seen. 2001: Space Odyssey is up there.
Yeah.
He said he's given some time. He's letting, I think it was either that or The Shining. He said like he wants to give those movies time again until he watches it again. But then he watched the documentary about room, what is it? Room 204, whatever it's called, about The Shining.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm kind of ranting on it. But dude, he's like that guy where he's, I don't want to say easily influenced, but if you could tell him, hey, dude, check this movie out, I know you would like it, he would watch it, and he would give you like some good feedback on it. So if we'll just say it's him.
Yeah, and okay, so that's me. Like I know, like talking, like if you were to talk to me like 5 years ago, I'll be like, I have a definitive top 10 list of all time, and
here
this
we go.
and that.
You'd bring out a
But
scroll.
it doesn't work. But it doesn't work like that for me no more. Like for me, like I just think about what I just recently watched and what really stood out, and maybe things that have like a little bit of a longer effect, and maybe movies that I maybe revisited that I haven't seen in like a few years, and I'm like, oh man, this movie ended up being a little bit more special than this, so it's kind of like holding a more special place in my heart right now. But over time things can change. Obviously, yes, The Godfather is fucking The Godfather, and this and that, and There Will Be Blood is There Will Be Blood, and and Saving Private Ryan is always going to be Saving Private Ryan.
Oh,
But
damn.
but at the same time, like I know those movies are always going to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me to like revisit certain things, I'm like, damn, like this is kind of like super special and maybe not talked about as much, and like it's really great, and maybe it should be talked about more. So like I would say, like, I'll throw a couple right now. Like,
Do it.
The Grand Budapest Hotel. I just recently
Wow.
rewatched that.
Yeah.
And I talked earlier about Wes Anderson, and you can name any Wes Anderson movie. Once again, if I say Grand Budapest Hotel, the person right next to me will say Rushmore, and then the person right next to me will say Royal Tenenbaums, and so on and so on. I say Grand Budapest Hotel. I think that has all his great techniques, all his great actors, and it's just evolved. His style has evolved it so much, and it's just really great. And I liked it. I just recently watched it, and I liked it. And then animation, like I would just say, I'm going through this Hayao Miyazaki phase right now. Like we talked about,
right.
Yeah, oh my god, like his movies animation is like every single one is almost like a fucking masterpiece in its own. But people, once again, this is all different of opinion. People say Spirit Away and My Neighbor Totoro and all of this place. I love Ponyo, and I thought that fucking movie was incredible.
That's dope.
And the music was strong. The characters were amazing. The it
art
almost reminded me of like The Little Mermaid in a sense.
Yeah,
it was just,
right.
like, really special. Like it had this classical approach to it, and there you go. So that I would say even like that right now. And then science fiction, like this past year, I introduced my girlfriend to 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Damn.
And I was really kind of freaked out about it because I loved it. And I was like, I haven't seen it in a while, and she has never seen it. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's do it. I know I'm gonna like it, but hopefully she does. She fucking loved it.
Damn.
She to her, she was like, her dad was like a fan of like old classical movies, like he liked all like Ben-Hur and all that. So she would like watch it with him, but she wouldn't like really watch it to like enjoyment. But she would just watch it more because like he would watch it,
Right.
And like she was like, oh, I remember 2001 a little bit, but not much. And then like when we watched it as adults, like I said, that's like that's where we're at right now in life. We're watching, we're like, wow, that movie is just mind blowing. It was like crazy.
Yeah.
And and it was just like out of this world. So there's, what was that? That was 3. What else is a good one? Documentaries. What can be a good documentary? Man, dude, nothing. Hey, we watched this last year too, and you and I have talked about this. And we talked about ESPN 30 for 30, right?
Yeah.
Nothing beats July 17th, 1990, motherfucking 4.
Yeah, dude, that one is crazy.
If anyone listening here is going to do a line of coke, no, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
Hey, dude, my mom's gonna listen, bro. I'm just kidding.
No.
My mom's gonna be my only listener, dude.
Yeah. Hey, mom. No, I'm just kidding.
No, he meant the soda. There you go.
Yeah, Coca-Cola. If anyone wants an adrenaline rush like no other in documentary television, that's an hour. That's 90 minutes. An hour and a half, 90 minutes
chaos
of fucking chaos in the most entertaining way possible. That is, and is it June or July 17th, 1994? I think it's June 17th, 1994. I think it's June.
Yeah.
Yeah. June 17th, 1994. And if I'm wrong, then it's July 17th, 1994. But the documentary is an emphasis on that day and the major cultural sporting events that happened that day that were all diminished
All
once the
because of a
evening
freaking
hit.
car chase, dude. I love it.
Because of the most infamous fucking car chase ever.
No spoilers,
And,
no spoilers.
OJ
Yeah,
Simpson.
people's
Oh,
gotta.
yeah, go look it up.
People
Yeah.
gotta watch it, man. It's
Yeah,
so
people gotta watch it.
crazy. Yeah, man.
It is crazy.
I've recommended that to someone as their first 30 for 30, and they were like, "What the hell did you have me watch, dude?" And I was like, "What'd you think?" And they were like, "Dude, I can't believe all that stuff was happening." And I was like, "Dude, it's
Yeah.
crazy."
Yeah,
Nuts.
so there's all of those, and then
You got
and then one I'll just recommend a classical movie for people that if you guys want to watch a like an old classic Hollywood movie from like the old era of like the 1940s or 50s. But there's this movie that is called Night of the Hunter. Not many people really know about it nowadays, but and not actually, to be honest with you, not many people really knew about it when it came out. It became a cult favorite. But Night of the Hunter is probably the greatest movie that was ever filmed in black and white. It really is. And I say that, when I know Casablanca was made in black and white, or Citizen Kane, or whatever, all these other movies. Night of the Hunter is something unique, man. It's an incredibly strong, powerful movie about these young kids, and it goes into like biblical proportions of like how incredibly deep that movie goes, but
wow.
It's just great storytelling, and it's just hard for me to review anything because I don't want to ruin it. But Night of the Hunter goes, it pushed the boundaries during a time in the 1950s when many writers or directors were unable to push the boundaries because of like how conservative the country was at that time. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that movie did it, and maybe that's why it didn't really succeed very early on when it first came out, because it was like people thought it was a little controversial, because it's about people questioning their faith. You know what I'm saying? So
wow.
like you don't make a movie about people questioning their faith in the 1950s. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was just gonna say that's a trip, dude. I didn't even know they made movies like that.
Well, they did, and then that one is Exhibit A. But if you guys ever do watch it, almost every shot in that movie is like some of the most beautiful black and white photography of movie making you'll see, and I would definitely say, if you guys are watching a classic movie, Night of the Hunter is definitely a great movie. Fucking great title too.
Dude, yeah, that doesn't even sound like something from that era.
Yeah,
It almost sounds like a sci-fi movie or something crazy.
I know, yeah. And then for comedies, I mean, nothing gets better than Big Mama's House 2. You know, that's as good as it gets. You know, Martin Lawrence.
Mama's House 2.
Big Mama's House 2.
Dude, that is your go-to. That is your go-to movie, dude. And that, and
who's never watched
it? Dude. Hey, that, and whenever we talk about wrestling, it's Takamishinoku, dude. Always. Those are the two that always get brought up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, if you ask me for a list
top 5.
1 week from now, I guarantee you there'll be different movies. But I'm just saying right now,
that's good.
That's definitely the go-tos.
Then the next time I talk to you, you'll probably have a completely different list. I think the next
I will.
You know what I was gonna do today, but it's on Peacock only. I was gonna start watching Battlestar Galactica. So what I'm gonna do is I was gonna ask you, should I be watching? There's like a show or a mini series TV thing. I don't know which one. I'll send you a link afterwards.
Send me the link. Yeah, send me the link. Wait, the Battlestar Galactica. We're gonna nerd out in the next one. Just so you know, we're gonna go.
Yeah.
If you thought this was nerding, the next one is gonna get even crazier.
I just won't be able to watch anime, dude. I can't do it.
Wait, well, hold on. First off, I'm not a real crazy anime fan. I only like
Yeah,
one
but
show.
yeah, I know, but dude, I just can't do it, man. I've
Yeah, dude, I
tried
like
so.
one anime show.
I know, dude. I just can't. I just can't
Yeah.
do it, dude. I've tried too, and it's like it just hurts my head. It gives me a headache, dude. It gives me a stomach ache whenever I watch any anime. It's
Yeah. Well,
rough.
no, well, yeah. There's some pretty crazy, freaking ones. Like, yeah, it'll give you a headache. It's but we'll definitely save that for next time.
Dude. This is fun, right?
Good shit.
This is it, dude. I didn't even hit record yet. Oh,
Oh, snap! Damn. Yeah.
this is
All
okay.
right,
Are
well
you
then,
ready? And we're gonna start now.
now. Okay. All right.
So,
Yeah.
okay. Let me ask you this last thing, man. What do you
Whatever.
think? What do you think, Daniel?
Woody Allen?
What
No,
do you?
I'm sure.
What do you think of Army Hammer? No. What do you think of What do you think Daniel Plainview would do if he lived in this era with all the stuff going on right now?
If Daniel Plainview was alive from There Will Be Blood, which
In his prime,
Yeah.
prime of him just like freaking hustling.
he would be
Do you
probably the vice president of the United States right now
Damn,
until next week.
damn. And we're not trying to get anything.
That's how-
We're not trying to talk politics or anything. But like, I'm just kind of curious, like where his character would be. Like, do you think he would just be like, dude, I don't care. I'm still oil. I'm still getting into oil.
Well, like I said, not to get all political, but
No,
you know,
no.
Daniel Plainview is the epitome of someone that's greedy and willing to do anything, and I mean anything, including stabbing people in the back, and
Wait.
figuratively.
Wait, are you talking
And,
about? Are you talking about Richie Rich?
I'm talking about Richie Rich, yeah.
Okay. With Macaulay Culkin.
And,
Okay, that's director's cut.
No, Daniel Plainview, and willing to do anything so he can stay on top of the food chain in terms of wealth and control over everyone, and I mean everyone. So yeah, he would have he would be really comfy hanging out with certain people in the White House right now. So that's
Dude,
all
he would
say about
he
that.
would
That's all I'm gonna say about that.
he'd want to play. He'd want to go bowling. with
Yeah,
them.
he would go bowling.
He'd probably get
Bowling.
freaking chaotic. I'm finished.
That's how you should end your podcast.
That's it. That's a
Just
great
have his
quote.
voice, and then have that song play because it's fucking great song.
Oh god, so dude, when it pops up on my phone, it freaks me out. Dude,
Dude,
yeah,
shit's
that whole
funny.
soundtrack's weird because the one of the songs that
Yeah,
in
is
the
that Johnny
beginning.
Green?
Yes, it's in the beginning of the movie, right?
Yeah.
And dude, when that comes on, like I always think whenever I listen to the next track or whatever, and that song's ready to kick, like it starts off slow, and there's like a crazy
Mhm.
buildup, and so dude, I end up turning it up. I'm like, dude, what is that? And then dude, it ends up getting louder and louder and louder and louder, and I have to like freaking turn down the volume. Such a good soundtrack, man.
Oh, that's a great soundtrack. I listen to that soundtrack every day I go to work, sitting in traffic.
The hell, dude, that'd be terrible, dude. Listen to the Baby Driver soundtrack in traffic.
No, I listen to
Oh.
the Baby Shark soundtrack.
Oh
No,
god, this is Baby Genius's soundtrack. Oh, that's good, man. Dude, this is fun, man. We gotta do
Yeah,
this again.
man.
Maybe the next one we gotta bring freaking the Joe Schmo show on. See if he's
Yeah, dude, we gotta bring Joe. We gotta bring, dude. You know who would be great, man? You gotta have Hector on here. Too.
Yeah. Oh, I
That
love
dude-
talking to Hector. Even when we went to Oregon, he's a very
Yeah.
interesting cat, man. He's good.
That dude
Yeah,
has opinions, dude. He has opinions.
Oh yeah.
I'm working on my stand-up, so I'll have more jokes next time.
No, dude, this is perfect. It's just whatever you wanted to bring up. I just didn't realize, dude, how much we talked is crazy. But I think it would be it'd be fun. Hector would be a lot of fun to talk to.
Yeah, dude. Let's do it, man. Let's set another one up, man.
Dude, for sure.
I don't care if no one's listening.
Dude, just my mom. My mom's only give me a thumbs up. That's it.
Say hi to your mom for me and your dad.
He's all what?
Do you know where that's from?
Dude, is that Night of the Roxbury?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? That's perfect. What you just did right there, because I wanted you to give me one quote from a movie, like like a funny quote or whatever, random quote. That's perfect.
I mean, well, that quote's also similar in Back to the Future.
That is. That was like a hybrid. That was a hybrid quote.
Yeah, no, I give you a 2-for-1.
Oh.
Say hi to your mom for me.
And your dad.
The fuck? That's a yeah. Oh man, dude, there you go, dude.
That's good.
Good shit.
All right, man. This is it. This is how I want to end
That's it?
things.